And I think it's going. I can never tell when it started or if it's just beginning. Welcome to Overgrow the System, to Luke the Reckoning
Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
for episode 22.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me on. I'm excited to finally get on here.
Hey, it's all the pleasure's all mine, man. It's not like I have much of a following. It's just something I do for fun.
That's why we started ours. I mean, biting the bullet, it's been doing really well, but we did it more as like a therapy for us, and then um, some something that we could constructively bullshit together and be like, oh yeah, we did something, and say that we did something.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, hold on a second. I can actually produce something just by sitting around and talking to people I like talking to. Fucking
Yeah,
A.
exactly. Yeah, it was a whole bunch of drunken nights in our backyard, just like yelling at each other, not agreeing, but just still yelling
Yeah.
still because we're drunk. And half of it was like, we're pretty fucking funny, and then the other half was like, yo, we're pretty fucking stupid. People might enjoy this, so let's record it and see what they think.
Yeah. And I mean, shit, I like your podcast. It's great. I throw
Well,
that stuff
thanks.
on. I throw that on while I'm doing some work. It's like, it's a little comedy show in the background.
Yeah, basically. That's what we try to keep it more funny. We have some of our serious episodes, but I was we're jokesters, man. We all like to fuck around, so
That's awesome. It reminds me of, like being at a work site, with all the dudes just busting balls all day.
yeah, just it never lets up, just constantly just trying to shit on each other.
Yeah, poor
See,
fucking typo.
yeah, typo, he's always the brunt of everybody's joke. Dude,
And
everybody can feel it.
he seems like he's nice too, like he never gets angry.
No, he doesn't get angry, but yo, Typo's secret, like that's his secret. We say that he's like Jerry from Rick and Morty, where he gets everybody's sympathy, but he uses that to his advantage and then like takes advantage of people's sympathy. And we're like, you little, like, this is why we make fun of you. And he's like, I know, but it works out for me either way. So I'm just gonna keep taking it.
That's fair
Little
enough.
bastard.
Fucking I'm older than you, aren't I?
I think so. I'm 26, about to be 27.
That's so weird, man. I'm used to being younger than everybody.
Yeah. How old are you?
29, almost
Oh,
30.
shit. You're about to hit the 3-0, man.
Big old 30. 30 going on 20.
Yeah. Dude, that's me. Like, I've never cared about birthdays because I was like, I still, like, the older I get, I still feel like I'm fucking 22. Like, I do the same shit that I did. I'm just not in the military anymore. The only thing that's different is my body hurts a little bit more every year.
Dude,
And
I'm starting to think that feeling's going to be there when you're like 50 or 60.
yeah, it probably sets in and you're like, oh, fuck, I'm about to die.
And I still feel like I'm fucking 18 years old.
Yeah, making dick jokes on the fucking kitchen or something. Hey, but that's what I want to be. I want to be that old guy. Like, if I could be anything, that's the old guy I want to be because they're the best old guys.
Agreed.
Yeah, I don't want to be acting like I'm too big for my britches. Like, life's still a joke, and I'm gonna make fun of it.
Yeah, even in these scary times, we got to fucking make fun of this shit.
I know. How's it been up there for you? Like, I don't know. You hear, you're like, you're not even. Oh, man, you guys aren't even real Canada. Like there's two different
Thank you.
kinds of Canada.
Thank you. Fuck yes.
But there's like two different types of Canada. There's the eastern side. I mean, it's kind of the same thing in the United States. Like, the East Coast is completely different than the West Coast, and then the Midwest is its own fucking twilight zone. But like, your guys it seems like everything like past like where I guess Michigan is in the United States, everything past that in Canada that goes west is just, it's not even the same place.
I 100% agree, man. We've got very, very defined like cultural groups. Everything west of Manitoba, basically till you hit the Rockies, fairly similar. And then, you know, on the other side of the Rockies, you get BC, and that's its whole different thing. And
I don't know shit about British Columbia, so
just picture Oregon with more bears,
Mm.
basically.
You're like, that's it. That's
But
funny.
yeah, and then you get the East.
Yeah, I don't know. The East was like, we went up there. We went there. We were in Toronto, and it just felt like another East Coast city. I've never been a big East Coast fan, even in the States. Um, everything's so clumped together, and people are kind of rude. And it's not like they're actually not even really being rude. We're just used to space in the West.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know, personal space isn't there. People are overly loud for no fucking reason. Everybody on the West side is kind of like relaxed and chill. And then the East Coast is just like in your face all the time. And it's just like, yo, bro, chill. Like, get the fuck out of my bubble. And
Back up, dude. I can fucking hear you.
and then Toronto is a lot like that.
I wish I could agree or disagree, but I've never been fucking east to Saskatoon. So
Really?
yeah, no, that's not my area.
I mean, I understand why it's not.
I mean, I probably should go. I should go see what it's like because I talk a lot of shit. You know, I shouldn't remain ignorant. But that
Yeah.
being said,
I don't know. It was pretty. Like, that's one thing I do like. The one thing about like the East Coast is it's just so much older, than the West Coast. Like, it has so much more structure and like history
yeah,
comparatively, which is kind of cool. But that was cool to see in Toronto because it's a different country, but that was the weirdest thing to me. Like, I've traveled outside the States a lot being in the Marine Corps, but it was like going to Canada is like, oh, it's a different country, but it's way too similar to the United States. Every other country I've been to, even going down to Mexico, it's not similar to the United States. Going to Japan is not similar. Korea, Guam, like, they're not similar to the United States. But going up to Canada, it's like the United States, except instead of having Spanish on your like street signs, you have French in Toronto. And I'm
yeah.
just like, yo, what the fuck? And there's just little like weird nuances.
Fucking, we are the most similar two countries on Earth, I would think.
Yeah. I
You
think
know,
the only, yeah, I don't even know. I couldn't even tell you another two countries that wasn't just split from civil war that is closer.
the only two I can think of that come anywhere near is New Zealand and Australia because they're
Yeah.
like they share a very similar culture and they're in a very similar part of the world. You know,
Yeah, that's true. I guess I could see that.
but I still think we win. You know?
Dude, the northern hemisphere, the North American hemisphere is the fucking greatest place on earth. I'm just saying.
Fucking A, man, North America. I kind of got fucking ADHD'd out on that COVID apocalypse question.
Oh yeah, yeah.
To retrace my steps, it's actually I don't know what to think about it, man. I don't think it's as bad up here as it is down there because like I'm seeing lots of news from like Texas, and I don't know if there's any from Arizona yet, but like all of the news I see of people getting arrested for breaking quarantine and like going out of their houses coming from America. And we don't have any of that going on up here, man. People are still allowed to leave. There's no cops that's gonna stop you,
Hmm.
which is
Yeah,
really weird.
yeah, yeah. I would think it'd be the opposite.
Exactly.
Yeah, the East Coast is fucked, but they're like I said, they're more condensed, so they infected each other a lot more quickly, and
Mm.
it's even I'm still under the impression, like I'm still not the impression, I'm still under the belief that it's really not as bad as governments are making it out to be and things like that. Like, I just don't there's just too much showing otherwise in my head that it's just not nearly as bad. We have 3,000 cases in Arizona right now. 3,000 cases, 89 deaths. And I think I looked up the flu statistics for this year for the time period, like January to now, and it's like 10,000 cases, 500 deaths for flu. And it's like, I'm not saying that they're the same thing. I'm just saying that one's clearly killed more than the other. And we're not worrying the same way about that as we are with this. And we haven't. And I don't understand why it's as big of a deal as it is. But the East Coast is fucked. You know, they're infecting each other left and right. New York, I feel bad for the people in New York. I feel bad. But it is kind of funny to watch New York like implode on itself.
I mean, I don't know what's going on in New York, man. Last I heard about New York, they had that like Navy ship come down.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm not a fucking doctor, but
Yeah.
I just from watching it, like as it progresses, um, like I'm more of a, go by what you watch rather than what they're saying. You know what I mean? Like they they changed their tune so many times throughout all this. Like at first they started off with, oh, it's nothing, it'll kill less people than the flu, it doesn't matter. It's just and then meanwhile, you're watching China shut down billions and billions of factories. Like it's I
Yeah.
don't know, man. I don't know what to think. There could be many, many reasons for them to do that,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah, and I agree with that. That's one thing that we were saying from the beginning. And then we just saw that Wuhan, they're off their quarantine, like the city of Wuhan where it originated, they're off their quarantine. But then you saw something, I think it was like a week ago or 2 weeks ago, China tried to open up their basketball association, like their version of the NBA, and it was absolutely horrible, and it like restarted the outbreak in the city that they did it.
of
And
course,
yeah, and it's just like what do you believe, like that's the worst part, is not knowing which part to believe.
100%. Well, I mean, that's the world we fucking live in these days. Like you read a news article and you're like, is this the Onion or is this the news?
Yeah, you're not wrong. I always bring it back to it's like, have you ever played the game The Plague on like your phone, like Plague Incorporated? Well, there was a game on your cell phone, and it was just a cell phone game, and you try to infect the world with your fucking disease, and you get like little points, and you can change like how it's spread and things like that, and you try to infect the world before the world finds a cure. And the entire time it has like a breaking news bar that scrolls on the above of the screen, and it's like, the 2020 Olympics is about to be the biggest Olympic games in the history of the Olympics or whatever. And then, you're like 6 months down the line with this disease that you made, and it's like the 2020 Olympics is on fire, or China has shut down its borders, and it's like all these crazy things, and it's just like wildly crazy things. And then you like you just scroll through the headlines of today, and it like mimics the made up headlines from that game, and it's so surreal. Like it gives me, like, honestly, sometimes I go through and I like read some of the shit that's on the news on like Google or something, and I'm just like, it gives me the chills. Like it gives me the heebie-jeebies, man, because it just reminds me of that fucking game. And I'm like, dude, I don't know if I can play that game ever again. It was fun, but now I just feel like I'm controlling the goddamn virus.
Dark.
Yeah, dude. It was very foreshadowing of the future when that game came out, that's for sure.
Fucking, and like the week this disease comes out, that pandemic show comes out on Netflix, like
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
oh,
and then there's like, you can like go back and look at some of the other shows that came out in like 2013, and there's like a Chinese show that came out around then, and it literally has one where it's like weaponizing coronavirus, like that's the word for word translation, and it's like infecting everybody's RNA in their DNA, and that's exactly what this one does. And it's just like, dude, there's too many fucking coincidences for me to like this. I don't know.
yeah. I mean, it's fucking wild time to be a person our age, you know.
Yeah, our generation's fucked one way or the other. Like it doesn't matter how they get us. It's either government or crazy bioweapon. I'm just hoping that, Easter comes this weekend, right? This weekend?
Yeah, Sunday.
Yeah. So I'm hoping Easter comes and all the people that have died from coronavirus rise from the dead. And
Dude,
it starts the zombie apocalypse. That would
it
be
is
so
fucking
dope.
way too on point to have goddamn Jesus die and come back from the dead. Fuck, I'm not okay with this.
I think it would be so fucking great. I'd be like, all right, I'm okay with this now. Like we can go about our business. But
We
now I know what
finally got the
happened.
zombies, you know?
We've been building up zombies my entire life. I never thought it would happen. But this, right before Easter, come on, man, give it to me.
I know. If it was a movie, it's all so fucking perfectly aligned.
It's stupid how perfect it lines up.
Hey, cheers, man.
Cheers. Yeah, I got some JMO in the other room too.
Drinking out of the bottle because we're classy bitches.
I'm having some claws right now.
I've heard a lot about those claws.
Yeah, dude, we used to make so much fun of them. Like Typo and I, and then our other roommate Nick, we would make so much fun of them, and because they're like the prissy white girl drink. That's what we said, and we
Like a
thought they were.
vodka cooler, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we would make fun of them. And one of the guys that we throw axes with, he was actually the general manager of the place that we threw axes at, and he drank them and he swore by them, and we'd give him shit, and he made us try one time, and Typo and I were like, "Damn, dude, that's fucking good." Like it's just like it's not as heavy as a beer, but it's not as sweet as like a wine cooler or something like that. It's kind of like it's a seltzer water. So it's literally seltzer water that's flavored with alcohol in it. And then one of the other times I didn't realize I was drinking them, but I was actually mixing them with vodka, and because I just thought they were seltzer water. I like gin and tonics and stuff like that. So I was mixing it with vodka, and my mom comes in and she's like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Making a drink." And she's like, "You know that already has alcohol in it, right?" And I was like, "No, I didn't, but that would explain why I'm a lot more drunk than I thought I was."
Give him some serious oomph.
Yeah, give it a little kick.
Yeah. Fuck, I have some experience drinking silly white girl drinks. There was when I graduated high school, we had this like grad thing where everybody went to this one place and they provided all the alcohol, you know, so that you didn't end up dead in a ditch. And fucking there's 2 tables, and one of them covered in beers, one of them covered in vodka coolers. And being that we're in good old Alberta, you know, literally everybody is in the line for the beers, like all the men, all the women. And I'm just like, fuck that. I go straight to the front and take like 2 or 3 vodka coolers, and I was just shit-faced like immediately because I was like, there's no line, you know? I was just right there fucking all the time. I didn't have pride. I was just trying to get wasted.
Yeah, exactly, dude. That's our thing. So that's the thing about being in the Marine Corps. I don't care how I get drunk. I'm going to get drunk, and I want the fastest and the cheapest way to do it. So in that situation, I would have done the exact same thing and not given a fuck.
Yeah, no, man. It was crazy. I fucking I knocked a buffalo head off a wall that night.
Just
I don't know how.
Was it really high up there?
Dude, he was like 10 feet up. And I'm not tall.
I was like, how tall are you? Like 6'6", 6'7"? What are you doing?
No, man, I'm like an inch under 6 foot.
I was like, you got really insane hops, or?
I genuinely don't know how it happened. That's like the only fucking thing I remember from that night. I just remember being so shocked that it fell down and it was on the ground. And I was like, what the fuck did I do?
That's awesome. That's hilarious.
Fucking Alberta, man. I feel like Arizona is probably a little bit similar to Alberta.
Yeah. The only thing that's probably different is the weather.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah. I didn't mean climate wise.
Yeah.
I mean,
no.
The people.
Yeah. See, I've always lived in Phoenix, and it's one of the 5th largest cities in the United States. But I've gone to, you know, like some of our we have a whole bunch of small cities like ranching cities and things like that. And I bet you that's a lot more similar to like the rest of Alberta than what's your biggest city in Alberta?
It's either Edmonton or Calgary. They switch every
Yeah.
once in a while. I bet you
Yeah.
it's Calgary now. Edmonton's been kind of on a slump. We've
Mm-hmm.
had uh, we've had some hard fucking years up here, man.
Is that more north?
Yeah, Edmonton's the one up north.
Gotcha.
Calgary's below. I'm right in the middle of them too.
Really?
Yeah, I'm living in a little town that is right smack dab between Edmonton and Calgary on the highway. It's famous for being just a gas station.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dude, I love those towns. I keep trying to convince my girlfriend. I was like, hey, in the next few years, like let's move north. Like I want to go to like Wyoming or Montana or somewhere like that, Colorado. And I want to move north and find like a little fucking Hodunkville in the mountains and grow my plants and cut my wood, fucking be a fucking mountain man. Because fuck, dude, I love the city. I love the city, and she loves the city. She doesn't want to fucking leave the city, but fuck, dude, I like small towns. I like small town life. My dad's lives in small town Nebraska, and that's where all my brothers and sisters live, and I love going to visit them. You can do whatever the fuck you want. You can do whatever the fuck you want.
People do not give a fuck unless
Yeah.
they
Talk they gossip about it and they tell everybody else and they talk shit, but like I don't give a fuck. That doesn't bother me. I can do whatever I want. They're not gonna come tell me not to. They're just gonna bitch about it to each other.
That's you being a big city guy, you know.
Yeah.
I totally hear that. I fucking do not give a shit about that whole small town gossip.
Yeah.
Like, because that's for sure a thing. They keep track, man. It's wild. They know where
Yeah.
you're going. They know where you've been.
Yeah, dude. When my dad and my stepmother first moved there, I used to go visit them every summer, and they knew, like everybody in the town knew before I even got there, who I was, why I was there, and I was like, I don't know who the fuck you people are. I was like 10 years old. I'm like, what? How do you know my name, weird lady at grocery store?
I don't know, man. That's goddamn charming.
No, but I don't know. Like from big city, like I'm not expecting to walk into a grocery store, and especially never going to a small town really before that. And I walk into a grocery store and they're like, "Oh, you must be Luke," and I'm like, "What? Am I about to get kidnapped?"
Yikes.
But I don't know. I love small towns. It's just so much slower, nicer. I don't have to worry about a coming apocalypse and how I'm going to get out of the city.
Yeah, I mean that's for sure a fucking scary thing to think about. Like being stuck in the middle of Phoenix. How many people are in Phoenix? Like a couple million?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's 5 million right now.
What?
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, like I said, it's the 5th largest city in the United States.
Dude, that's more people than all of Alberta.
Yeah, hold on. I'll look it up. I'm pretty sure it's 5 million. Phoenix.
Imagine being on that highway trying to get out of that shit.
Yeah, dude. Thankfully, we're kind of on the outskirts. Oh, no, I'm fucking retarded. I knew this, too. It's 1.6 million. I'm stupid. 5 million is like New York.
Huge.
5 million is like New York. I'm dumb. But yeah, Arizona population. Maybe is that what I'm thinking of? I don't know. Yeah. 1.6 million. Still, that's a lot of fucking people. Arizona's kind of like spread, or Phoenix is kind of spread out pretty decently.
Yeah.
Like it's like it's a West Coast city, so we're very wide and long. There's 7 million people in Arizona total. But so it's super wide and it's like sprawling in this big valley. But there's like So you got two you have a few main highways. So you have the 10, and it goes east and west, and those go down to like 2 lanes once you get out of the city. East and west, it goes down to 2 lanes. And then you have the 60, and that goes east and west, but it doesn't go all the way outside the city on the west side. It kind of cuts off and goes like northwest, but that's goes down to 2 lanes on going each way. We live right on the 60, so that's probably what we would take, and then try to head north. And then you have the 17, which goes north and south, but it stops going south and it just goes north, and that goes down to 2 lanes and cuts through the mountains. So it's like, if all those people are trying to get out of the city at the same time, like, you're kind of fucked. And
100%.
I think our thing was, when this whole thing started, was if they start shutting shit down and we end up having to fire one like warning shot, if we have to fire a shot at all, whether it's a warning shot or we like an oh shit shot,
Yeah.
then we're dipping. Like, we're finding some place to lay low for a while. But I think the plan is to go north and hang out up there. I'll fucking camp for a month and a half. I'll find food. I'll figure it out.
Dude, I can't imagine how unlucky some dumb motherfucker would have to be to end up, trying to aggress upon your household.
Dude, they'd be so fucked. It's
So
like our
fucked.
It's like our wet dream, like like just some dumb motherfucker to be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go rob that house tonight, and then it's just like 4 dudes pop out of their fucking room like, hey, what's up, man?
PTSD and just all the weaponry of the military.
Exactly, dude. I don't even want to shoot my gun. I want to throw my axe at him to see if I can hit him.
Yeah, fucking start taking scalps.
Yeah, dude, and it's never happened. Like, we've had some sketchy, like, the last couple of weeks. Well, not even the last couple of weeks. It was a little bit before all this started. We had some weird moments, and it was like 9:00 at night, and some dude rode up on his bicycle onto our driveway and asked if we were, like, knocked on our door, and we were like, what the fuck? And like, people don't come to our house ever unless we invite them, so we wouldn't. Yeah, we weren't expecting it. So somebody's knocking on our door, and we're like, what the fuck? We go out there, and he's like, hey, are you the guys selling so-and-so parts? And we're like, no, dude. Like, who? And he's like, oh, are you sure? And we're like, yeah, we're fucking positive, bud. Like, you need to get the fuck on, bro. and he's like, oh, all right. And he, like, it's just like little white trash Phoenix guy. And he's just like, all right, man. And then he just gets on his bike and rides away. And then the next day we had another guy do something similar. And we're like, dude, these people are fucking scalping our house right now. Like, they're trying to see when people are home, because they did it at like noon the next day.
We're like 100%. That's definitely what that was.
We're like, fucking try it, bro.
Let's do this.
Yeah, but it sucks because we couldn't like pretend, because we're all home we were like, originally when we were working, we were all home at different hours. Like, Jared and I, we would work like during like a kind of like a normal shift. It was like 6 a.m. to 2:30, 3 o'clock, because the jobs that we do, we're both in trades. And then Typo, he would work kind of like mid-afternoon to early evening. And then Nick, our other roommate, he was a promoter at clubs in like in Scottsdale, which is like a big club area. And so he works all night, but there's like almost always someone up in our house. Like, there's there's always someone here and there's always someone up. So the dude would, like, whoever tries to get in our house is fucked.
And you got 2 dogs. Yeah,
2 dogs, 2 German Shepherds. They're gonna be pretty decent sized German Shepherd. Well, he's a big German Shepherd. He's about, it's Jared's dog. I think he's like 80 pounds, 85 pounds, pretty decent sized German Shepherd. And then mine, she's 4 months old and she's about 28, but her dad was 100 pounds and her mom was 80 pounds. And they were like they were in shape, like big shepherds. So we'll see how she comes out. I'm hoping she's big. I hope she's bigger than the boy, because it would be just so funny. Because he just wrecks her when they play. And it's really funny to watch, but I'm just waiting until she's bigger than him and she just destroys him.
Dude, my crazy dog loves to fucking wrestle, man. She's all hip checks, man. She does the 360 and she gets the dog with her ass end. Like
Just launches them.
fuck, it's funny to watch.
Yeah, Mikey's big thing right now, the boy, he fucking just like smacks her with his paws because he's so much bigger. So he just like whacks her. Yeah, just like whacks her around, dude. It's just like, damn, bro, chill out. Not on the concrete.
She'll be fine, man. Dogs have bones made of rocks.
Yeah. Yeah, she's fine. But it's just like, damn, dude, you fucking wax her. It's really funny to watch. But she keeps going, man. She doesn't give a fuck. She's like, all right, bet. I'll bite your tail, motherfucker.
Fucking what would we do without dogs, man? Fuck, I don't know where I'd be without this crazy dog.
Yeah, dude. Like I said, I've only had her for 2.5 months, but I couldn't see my life without her now. She's stuck. I don't want her to go. I've always had dogs, though, mostly German Shepherds, but I love dogs, dude. They're the best. Humans don't deserve animals or dogs, dude. Humans don't deserve them.
100%. They're
They're
I
too
don't know,
good.
man. Fucking they teach us how to human.
Yeah, for real. They, they, they don't care what happens. They still love you. And you're just like, damn, bro, thanks.
Fuck, that's way too wholesome. We're supposed to be talking about the apocalypse and shit.
Got to bring some wholesomeness in every once in a while. Dude, has anything shut down in your little small town or no?
I mean, it's not that small. I fucking think we got like, honestly, I have no idea how many people are in Red Deer, but it's like the third biggest city in Alberta.
Oh,
Maybe, probably close to third at least. There's two
gotcha.
big cities in Alberta, Edmonton and Calgary, and I think they each have like 1 million people. And then there's like 3 other cities in Alberta that are like decently sized. There's Grand Prairie, Red Deer, and Lethbridge. And I don't know. Red Deer might be the biggest of those three, but it might not be. But it's certainly not a small town by like anybody's definition. But like
The feeling of it is small town.
it's weird, man. In like the last 10 years, it's completely changed. Like there's so many new subdivisions, there's so many new people. Like in the last 10 years ago, it was a small town. Like you knew everybody.
Yeah. That's pretty. It's crazy how fast things can change. I'll tell you that. It's like this whole, coronavirus thing. I wouldn't at January, I wouldn't have been like, yeah, by April, we're gonna be locked down. You know what I mean?
Fuck, I don't know what to think about all this, man. Fuck, I was out of my house for the first time in like a long time yesterday because I just got stir crazy as fuck, and I was like, I gotta go to McDonald's and get a milkshake and fries. And gas was like 50 cents.
Yo, it's 50 cents up there.
Dude, it fucking shocked me. I've never in my life expected gas to get that low.
See, everybody, I don't know what the fuck Arizona is doing. They're doing some shady shit because ours is still in the $2 and like
Yeah,
it's
but you pay
dropped.
per gallon, right? We pay per liter.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
But
American
still,
to Canadians, like a completely strange.
well, I know, but still, like even in some of the Midwest, like they pay per gallon, and you're seeing like 69 cents in some places for a gallon, and that's insane. Like that's insane. Under $1 is absolutely insane, no matter where you are in the United States. But like, gas prices in Arizona, or at least in Phoenix, have dropped. They've dropped, but it was like before all this started and before what happened with Saudi Arabia and Russia like dissolved, because that's what really led to like gas prices fucking plummeting. It wasn't so much the coronavirus, and then this just helped expedite it. But it was like you could find it between $2.79 and $2.99 in Phoenix, and $2.79 was the cheap end, $2.99 obviously the high end.
Yeah.
But I think right now it's at like $2.39, so 40-50 cents. Like that's pretty good. But other places it's dropped to like $1.50, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck is Arizona? How's Phoenix? what's Phoenix doing, man? How are they? Why are they still buying for such a high price, or why are they still selling it for such a high price?
Dude, shit is so fucked in Alberta because of that oil thing going on. Like the price of oil in Alberta is like $3 a barrel, which is unfucking believable.
Yeah.
Like, it just it's insane. Like we've been having a hard time before, and now it's like there's absolutely no way any company can make a profit going out there and starting a new fucking oil well, right? Because
Yeah.
it costs them more money to fucking set it up and to run it than it will actually gain them.
Yeah. Is that what Alberta's like? Is that your like main fucking export is oil?
Dude,
You
Alberta's
guys a big
main
oil
industry
country?
is 100%. It's like picture Texas without
Yeah.
the heat and the sand.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
we're
crazy.
we're I think our economy is like 95% oil.
Damn. That's fucking insane. Ours is copper in Arizona.
That's awesome though.
Yeah.
Copper
But
is
then you but the thing is, then you get it stolen out of your fucking AC unit in the middle of the goddamn summer.
that's what I was gonna say. Fucking copper's super valuable, man.
Yeah. But dude, that's crazy. I bet you guys are hurting then, huh?
Oh man, like, it's beyond fucking belief. Like it's utterly crazy to me to think what it's gonna be like in 4 months. Because that
Yeah.
95% of our economy is just gone.
Yeah.
And
Well,
like
and there's
that was
no
also like a huge part of Canada. Like Canada as a whole country relied on Alberta for a
yeah,
long time, man. Like we were the ones doing fucking production. They're the ones that would, you know, they're the administrators while we're out there working.
right. Well, and that's the thing. Like nobody knows when that Russia and Saudi Arabia deal is gonna come back, or if it ever will come back. Like they might be in a price war for the rest of the fucking time that we're alive. And then the Saudi Arabia, so like then the Saudi king, um, he's pretty much confirmed dead. And the prince, who's kind of been running things for a while, he basically like went and locked up the rest of the royal family so they couldn't challenge him being on the throne. And that's when a lot of the deals went south, like with Russia, because he was like, yeah, now I don't have to listen to the fucking old man anymore. And nobody's going to challenge me for what I do with the resources of the country. And it's just like, I don't know. And then fucking, did you see Putin like re-elected himself for until like 10 years or 5 years, another 5 years? Dude, they're just like, the world is fucking insane.
100%.
It's so insane. Like he didn't even try to be like, yeah, we're gonna do an election. He was just like,
This
I
is mine.
think, I'm gonna stay here. Is that cool? Everybody cool with that? Yeah, I think it's gonna be cool. Everybody's gonna be cool. It's cool. We're cool.
Dude, fucking Putin reminds me of Julius Caesar.
Yeah, bro. I could see that. That's a good comparison.
Full on, man. Fucking a military guy that went out and he fucking gained a lot of popularity among the people in the army, and then he comes back and he takes power, and once he has it, he doesn't let it go.
Yeah. Did you? I just found this out the other day. But Gorbachev, he's still alive. I didn't know that.
Really?
Yeah, I had no idea. I thought he was like killed off in some fucking camp somewhere.
Yeah, Crystal Knight, some sort of purge.
Yeah, but no, apparently he's still alive and just like living like a king somewhere in Russia. Fucking craziness, dude. The world. This is a crazy timeline, man. It's a crazy timeline. You see
Fucking
what's
real.
happening in where was it? Uh was it Sweden? I think Sweden. They were like a lot of the anarchist crowd was giving a lot of props to Sweden because they didn't like close down everything.
Mm-hmm.
And they let people, and they had like low rates. Well, then like this last week, they just like fucking skyrocketed in rates. And it was like, oh yeah, we weren't testing anything.
Whoops.
And then there's this, that I think there was like one country that wasn't infected, and it was somewhere in Africa, and some news station in America got a hold of this king in Africa, like why isn't your how have you guys survived this without having any coronavirus patients? And he was like, it's really simple. We're just not testing.
Well, fuck. I mean, I'm positive that's how China's numbers have dropped.
Mm-hmm.
Like you look at that graph and it just drops off. And like, if you don't think that there was some sort of correlation between that graph dropping and the Chinese government putting out a memo saying, if you release anything about the coronavirus, we're gonna fucking put you in a hole.
Yeah. Yeah, then you're fucking stupid. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, there's definitely still fucked. Like, China is probably really fucked.
Dude.
And then
The economic side of all this is what's fucking wild.
That's what worries me the most. All right, so like we're shutting down we're basically shutting off parts of our economy constantly. Like it gets worse and worse every week. And I got furloughed. Typo's out of work. Our buddy Nick's out of work. Thankfully, Jared's still working. And that's a pretty big hit for us. Like we're paycheck to paycheck. I mean, we're got out of the Marine Corps. You don't really get out of paycheck to paycheck in the first 5 years. Like you kind of have to build yourself into a company before you're not paycheck to paycheck. I mean, we still live with each other, but it's crazy to see the unemployment numbers right now. Like in the United States, I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's probably very similar in Canada, but in the United States, it's literally like 10 million people had filed for unemployment in 2 weeks.
Dude, the graph goes up so fucking sharp you can hardly see it.
Yeah, it looks like an end line,
Yeah.
like just like the end of the graph. Like this is the end box, but like no, that's where the last point is for the year.
Fucking hell, man. It's crazy. You're all in my boat now. I mean, on the other hand, you got good legs, so
Yeah.
But on the other hand, it is weird to see everybody that was going about their day come down to my level, get stuck in this whole, like fucking,
shittiness of everything.
the wild, unproductive world of being unemployed.
Yeah, dude. It's not fun. I've never been unemployed. That's what sucks. Is like, I think I was unemployed for 2 weeks when I first got out of the Marine Corps. And that's because I was waiting for school to start. And I was like, oh, I don't want to get a job. I don't want to get a job yet. I don't want to get a job. And then after 2 weeks, I was like, I'm going to fucking blow my brains out if I don't get a job. Because I had like 2 months until school. So I was like, all right, I guess I'm getting a job.
What do you do?
I work at a Fortune 500 company. And what I did was I did fire protection. So I inspected smoke detectors, heat detectors, make sure they're within certain code standards that are set, and OSHA regulations. And yeah, we do sprinkler as well. I wasn't particularly for sprinkler, but I was getting into it because basically everybody on the team does both, but they hired me specifically for fire alarm. And then I was just like, yeah, just let me do both so I don't fucking, because they're so tied together, and I have to check half the sprinkler shit for my inspection anyways to make sure it reports. So, but yeah, sprinkler and fire alarm both.
I remember those guys. Those guys had a sweet job.
Dude, it's honestly the chillest gig that I've gotten since I've been out, and it's chiller than any gig that I had in. And it's an easy job, even if you do it right, like 100% of the time. Like it's a lot of remembering what you're supposed to do. And as long as you are on your P's and Q's about that, and like actually going through the motions and the steps of making things work, I mean, it's still super easy. And all you have to do is fill out reports. That's like the hardest part of the job, is
Paperwork.
Sitting there and filling out paperwork. But if I do an inspection in a fucking hour, because it's, not that big, and I take an hour that's 2 hours that I literally didn't have to do shit. And I work inside of a truck kind of on my own schedule for a whole day. It's an awesome gig, but I got furloughed. So it was an awesome gig.
Rough. Well, welcome to my world, man.
Exactly. Right. What did you do?
I was a contractor. I
Yeah.
started off doing a fucking, a whole lot of everything. I was a commercial painter. I framed houses. I did roofing. I did drywall.
Yep. We've
But
done. We did all that shit too, man.
yeah, man. And then I gradually worked my way up to being a stonemason, where I
Okay.
was I was on a masonry crew, I guess you would call it. We were like a large company that built lots and lots of buildings, and they had they had different crews for each kind of work, right? They had like a framing crew, they had a finishing crew, they had an electric crew, I ended up on the
Everything.
masonry crew, right? Because that's what I liked. I fucking loved it, man. Laying
Mhm.
bricks, making mortar, working on scaffolds with a bunch of fucking 80-year-old ex-Russians that barely speak English.
That are always mad for no reason.
Fuck, man. I loved working with that ridiculously old Russian guy named Slavic. He was awesome.
Yeah.
You could get through your day without speaking a single word. You just grunt and point.
Yep. Yep. I love that, dude. Like that. I love trade jobs. Like it sucks at the beginning, but once you like get into it and you just do it, it's fucking. It just makes you feel like you accomplished something during the day.
It's like it's the real world, Like fuck,
Yeah.
I was in college getting some sort of stupid ass fucking degree, and I dropped out like 2 semesters in because I hated it, and I went straight to the trades, and it was just like whole new world.
Yeah. That's how
Oh,
I was too. College
all of this
fucking
bullshit,
blows.
it's gone. It doesn't exist out here. We do what we want, and you're
Yeah.
more or less 100% free.
Yeah. And you kind of you get away with shit.
Well,
That's
it
not
depends.
acceptable. It's not acceptable in a cubicle environment.
100%, dude. Fucking, I can't imagine if I had been in a cube. Although, I'd probably still have 2 good legs, so there's that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I try not to think about that.
Yeah, that's always the rough part, man. That's why I found this job. I was like, I got really bad fucking knees and really bad ankles. Uh, so I was like, all right, man, I really don't want to work outside all day and like lift really heavy shit all day. So I was trying to find something that would kind of give me the same feeling as that, but wasn't quite that anymore.
Yeah, that
But
sounds like me now.
yeah,
Trying to find work where it's like you gotta hit all of these boxes, otherwise it ain't gonna work out.
yeah, because it's like after a certain point, you're like, yeah, I can do 2 days of this job. And after that, I'm going to have to sit on my ass for 3 days to recover from those 2 days.
Dude, I have taken jobs like that. Fuck, I got a job where they hired me to run a skid steer, which is another word for a bobcat, right? Um, and then fucking 2 days in, the project that needed the skid steers done, and all of a sudden I'm somewhere the fuck in Edmonton painting walls, like doing straight up painting work, which is 100% on your feet, and you're walking around, you're doing scaffolding. Like I did it, but fucking, exactly like you're saying, right? I fucking burnt out my legs, and then a couple days later, you can't walk, and you call in sick, and they fire you.
Yep. Yep. That's the way it goes.
Such
After
is
you,
life.
yeah, the way of life, man. That's the worst part about trades because some trades, you get into and it's just like your body physically can't do it anymore. So it's like one or the other. It's a, it, it's, it's a sweet life until it isn't.
Yeah, exactly. It's all fantastic until something goes wrong.
Yeah. So, but I think I was trying not to start a job search, but I'm already getting antsy. It's been a week today since I've been furloughed, and I was I was like, fuck, I got to do the resume shit, dude. I hate the whole job search thing. I don't know, you probably do too, but like
Uh-huh.
I'm pretty sure most people do. I hate the applications where it's like send in your resume and then fill out this questionnaire that is everything that's on your resume.
Try
It like it literally wants me. It makes me want to shoot myself in the face. Like
fucking me too, man. And they want you to sell yourself, they want you to be some sort of like sleazy car salesman about it. And I'm just
yeah,
like, get fucked. If you don't want me, I'm not gonna be here.
Yeah,
Which is an
like
attitude I need to fix. Because like that worked really well for me when I wasn't disabled, but now that I'm like, not shooting 100, I really need to fucking adjust.
you gotta yeah, you gotta change up what's your I've always been a good talker. So like physical capabilities, I've always been, I played sports my entire life. Obviously I was in the Marine Corps. Like physical capabilities, I can do all that. Everybody sees me when I walk in, dress nice. Physical representation, I'm perfect. They're good. But it's all about the talking. And thankfully I was always a goddamn talker. And I'm like, I could sell the pitch, but then we'd be like 3 weeks in and they'd be like, so do you remember in your interview when you said this, that, or the other? And I'm like, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I sold you a pitch. He's like, well, you did really good at it because I thought you knew how to do this. And I'm like, that's why I got the job, was because you thought I knew what I was doing. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just trying to get a job.
Yeah, fuck, man. The whole process of going around getting a job is just, I
Dude,
mean, at this fucking point, we got to start thinking more realistically, right? Like, we got to have two or three fucking money making side gigs
oh yeah.
rather than just rely on one stable job.
Oh, absolutely. And that's I think we're gonna do a show on it for Biting the Bullet. We're gonna all right, so we have probably a not very serious show with Nate and Duncan. Serious, not so serious. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Like like we kind of just go with the flow. But I kind of want it to be pretty funny, but the message of it to be more so where like, if you're laid off right now and you haven't tried to better yourself knowledge-wise, tried to better yourself side gig-wise, or just in general try to figure something else out to make money, then you can't ever blame, oh, you didn't have enough time, because you literally had a month off of work. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. At this
So
point, it's not about not having the time.
yeah, and that's usually the excuse. And believe me, dude, that was my fucking excuse for a long time. Was like the reason why we didn't start the podcast earlier, or things like that. It's like we didn't have the fucking time, and obviously we've made time for it, and we've almost done it for a whole year straight. But
Congrats.
yeah, in May we'll hit a year, and we're almost at 100,000 views, which is fucking insane.
That is insane.
Yeah. So and that's kind of why we're starting with the patches, and
Yeah, I see that. You got that patch on. That's awesome.
yeah, it's fucking, they came out so good. We're so excited. But that's kind of like Typo and I right now. We're like, all right, since we're both out of work, we're gonna make this shit our job. So, setting yourself a schedule, trying to realize like, I have a whole bunch of fucking time right now. Let's not waste it fucking playing video games the whole day. I'm not saying you can't play video games all day, but that's like, for us, we're like, all right, we need a schedule or else we stop functioning. And it's time to fucking function because we can right now.
Yeah, it's a fucking crazy time. I bet you probably something like 50% of people out there right now are fucking sleeping until at least 2 p.m.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I
And
mean? Like everything's askew.
yeah, dude, I got this fucking pup, and she's used to me waking up at 5 o'clock, 4:30 in the morning. So she's still getting up at 5 o'clock, 4:30 in the morning, and I'm like, God damn it! So I'm still up at 6 at the very latest every day. And then Typo and Nick, like my two buddies, they're fucking not up until earliest 10, and I'm just sitting here in my room, like trying to figure out what to do with myself.
Just do push-ups for 5
Yeah,
hours.
basically, dude. I'm just like sitting on the internet reading insane fucking headlines.
It is truly a fucking insane time to be alive. I mean, I've been saying that for like, my whole life, but now it's fucking super true.
Yo, shit is hitting the fan. And, like I thought I'd be a little bit more excited,
No.
but like it's not as exciting as I thought it was going to be. I thought I was going to be the person, like, when it's burning, I was going to sit back and, like, have a beer and watch it burn. But now I'm like, fuck, dude, like, can it not burn yet? Can we hold off another month?
Yeah, I'm not stocked up yet. Hold on.
And that's the worst part. I think that's the other thing, especially, like, in our group of, like, our friends group, the people that we know and the people that we interact with on Twitter and things like that. I think a lot of us are like, damn, dude, like, we talked a big game, or not even talked a big game, like we were super prepared, but it was like more like we thought we had more time, so we were like kind of prepping as it came, and then it just kind of all hit at once, and we're like sitting here now thinking, fuck, man, maybe I should have acted on a couple of those things a little bit earlier and not waited so long to get a kit together and things like that.
I mean, I'm sure a lot of us are fucking ready. You know, like I mean, this didn't exactly take me by surprise. I've always kind of had a bug out bag sitting in the back of my closet, you know.
Yeah.
But at this point, it's like, fuck, was I right? Do I want to be right?
That's the big one. I've been saying it for a while. It's like, I was like, I think when we started this podcast, I think it's one of our first shows. I'm like, yo, in the next year, we're going to see a drastically different world. And I'm kind of upset that I'm right.
Agreed.
It's not
I don't
fun.
know. The only reason I'm upset is because I expected it to go really fucking wrong. Like 100%. There's no way this doesn't end up with the government doing bad things.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I mean, like,
Yeah, it literally just took everything and shifted it into the weirdest position ever. And then dude, the thing that kills me is the people that justify government action right now. I can't stand it. It literally irks me to no end. They're like, well, they have to do something. They're the government. And it's like, you see why this is wrong, right? Like, it's wrong. In any other timeline, it would be wrong. But because you're scared, it's not wrong. Like, that in of itself is wrong.
you mean like all the lockdowns and shit, people not being allowed out of their house and that?
Yeah, like government enacting that themselves.
Yeah. Dude, up here, our fucking government just squirreled out. They left Parliament empty.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that. Dude,
Which is, it's a kick in the face, man. Like fucking 18-year-olds have to keep working at McDonald's, but goddamn Trudeau, he can take as much time off as he wants because he's, you know,
a government employee, and it doesn't fucking matter if they produce something or not. Yeah.
oh my God, and he still makes his fucking paycheck.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. It's like, why are government officials still making money? Why are they still making money? It's the same thing here in the U.S. They're still making money, but the rest of us are suffering. This big stimulus bill that they're doing for the people of the United States, you know, it's like, so they gave everybody $1,200. Well, they gave the House of Representatives $25 million.
Of course they do.
Yeah. Yeah. Not each, obviously, but they gave the 565 or whatever the House of Representative numbers is, gave them $25 million to deal with the coronavirus. But I get a $1,200 stimulus check because I make under $75,000 a year. Because $1,200 is really going to do me a fucking lot.
Yeah, fuck. Have you seen that meme where it's like it's a picture of like a SWAT team about to bust through a door, and there's you know, like one of them's labeled rent, one of them's labeled insurance, one of them's labeled, you know, et cetera, all the shit you gotta pay for. And then the other picture is like a fucking cheesy in the lock, you know, and it just says $1,200.
Yeah, dude, for real. It's so true. Like $1,200 doesn't do shit. It doesn't do shit.
I mean, it's better than kicking the pants and nothing, but.
Well, yeah, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm going to use it for stuff that I want to use it for.
That's the funny part. All these fucking, like, we're at a part where, like, the libertarians have to make a decision. Do I take this money from the government? I know that they've stolen it from me and I should take it back, but I'm also against the government.
Yeah, see, I think we've always held the position where it's like, especially in this time period, for this specific stimulus bill, the government did this to you, they owe it to you, kind of thing is my take on it. If 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 it was if we were in any kind of minarchist or Ancapistan type state or non-state,
Yeah.
uh, I think it wouldn't have been something that we would have even had to worry about because uh, it would have been like dealt with completely differently. The market, I think the market would have actually provided for it. Companies would have provided for it. You would have things like an unemployment type of insurance, but not state ran. It'd be like a private business or things like that. So you could end up collecting benefits and things like that for a loss of employment for any other reason that was not due to your fault, such as a pandemic or
Yeah.
something like that, where private businesses were like, we have to shut down, and they could potentially pay for that unemployment insurance, as it's called. But the funny thing here in the United States is you still get taxed on your unemployment like
Yeah.
insurance. You're like, so I just paid my tax money into this thing, and when I need to use it, I have to pay taxes out of it to pay taxes into it to get taxes out of. I don't know. It's just like this weird conundrum where you just cycle through paying taxes, getting taxes, paying taxes, getting taxes.
Dude,
It
it's
doesn't make any sense.
the same fucking shit up here, man. I fucking paid taxes on my disability.
What?
Right? It comes straight from the government and it's purely out of taxes that I've already paid. But when they give it back to you, they can't just give you less and take the taxes initially. No, they give you it all and then fucking siphon the taxes off. It's like,
Yeah, it's like just fucking take it. It was the same thing in the military. We get paid from taxpayer money, but government, and that's why I say this every time. Government is so inefficient at its job that it taxes different parts of the government different taxes.
and
And
somehow they lose money.
yeah,
They've
yeah.
got fucking spider webs of taxes on top of each other, and yet it just all falls out the floor.
Yeah, well, I mean, you create that many spider webs, it's easy for somebody to cut one and take everything on that web.
Fuck, it's also goddamn tangled. And I think Canada is probably worse than America for that, man.
Yeah, it might be. I don't know. I think America has gotten really fucking good at it.
That's true. I shouldn't undersell the skills of those fucking Wall Street cunts. But at the same time, like, we had like the original Wall Street cunt. Like,
Yeah,
Canada was set up by a bunch of lawyers in Queen Victoria's court, and they were like, how can we
dude.
make this unmanageable? And they did
How can we make this unmanageable? I
it.
love that.
Seriously though, she didn't have a kid, and she was like, when I die, I don't want somebody to take Canada and just be like, oh, this is mine now. So they tangled it so that nobody could take any control.
Dude, it's fucking
That's like a
it's
fact out of history, man.
that's craziness. I don't know shit about Canada, to be honest. All I
You want
know
to know a
is
crazy thing about
I like
Canada is?
Canadian gooses. That's all I like about Canada.
Fuck yeah. Canadian geese are the shit. Did you know we're not even allowed to fucking or actually no, that can't be right because I know lots of people hunt them. What the fuck?
I think there's only like very specific ways you can hunt them. It's like with 2 rounds in your shotgun and on like a day before Easter and a day after Labor Day.
You're not technically wrong. Our shotguns are limited to 2 shots, I'm pretty sure. I mean, at least the one that I own, but you can take that fucking little blocker out there and you can load 5 in. As long as you're okay with being a felon.
I mean, who isn't? No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know, man. I'm not going to do that yet. Fuck. That's not the line I'm ready to cross right now. I'm crossing other lines.
Yeah, but exactly. It's all about what lines are you going to cross.
Fucking Canada, man. It's crazy to me
Goddamn.
that we're a little bit more freedomish than you guys at this point, though. Like, because I've been
It is.
talking to a bunch of people, and I'm talking about things I see off of Twitter, and they're like, they're not related because we're not doing that up here, and it shocked me. I thought for sure we'd be at least more authoritarian than you guys, but for some
Dude,
reason, our people up here, like the lawmakers up here, are very very careful about infringing on people's freedom.
I think well, yeah, I think that's part of it is they're being very careful. And I think, dude, it's all right. So it's really funny. I talk about it on the show, but my parents are kind of social light, like socialist light, you know?
Dude, I'm the
They're,
same boat.
yeah. So they're like socialist light. And, but even my mom, who is like for public safety nets and like all these things, she's like, I think this is a test. I think this is a stress test to see how far that they can take like rights away. And like that was before I even said anything. Like I was like, oh, so what do you think about all this? And it was like when it first started, just like, oh, I think it's a stress test. I think they're trying to see how far they can push it. And I honestly believe that's kind of where the United States government is taking this. They're like, let's see what we can do. And like my theory is, I think they're trying to see how far they can get away with this UBI idea, that universal basic income idea. I think they're trying to see how far they can get away with it. And I think if you look at, so it's really funny, if you look at gun control legislation in the United States, the years prior, like let's say a Democrat is in office, you have a Democrat in office and they're pushing for gun control, gun control, gun control. And it keeps getting a hit back because it's a Republican elected House and Senate. So the Congress is fucking pushing back because they're Republican. But usually from the last, like fucking, I don't know, 40, 50 years, it's been 8 years Republican, 8 years Democrat, 8 years Republican, 8 years Democrat.
Isn't
Well,
that the fucking funniest thing, man? It's like
yeah.
America was all against having a king, but then as soon as they get somebody elected, they're like, nah, why would we change it?
Yeah, let's just stick with him. Like Donald Trump, like he's definitely gonna win round two. Like he's definitely gonna win.
Guaranteed.
Yeah, it's guaranteed at this point. But so you have 8 years Republican, 8 years Democrat, blah 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 blah. But so a Democrat, the 8 years prior has been trying to push for gun control, and then a Republican comes into office and pushes gun control light.
Yeah.
But he couldn't do that. Like the Democrat couldn't do that because it was Republican controlled. But to appease the Democrats and the people, like as the goalpost has been pushed for the last 8 years, he pushes gun control light, and it happens every time. Like it's consistently happened. The only, I think, really successful Democrat that pushed actual gun control policy is Clinton, and his, like, everybody basically disregarded Clinton. But now I see the same thing happening with this UBI thing. Like, I think that's what it is now. Like, you had Andrew Yang in the elections for the DNC, for the Democratic National Committee, and he's talking about UBI, pushing it, and all the Republicans are like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. It'll never happen. And Donald Trump's talking shit, and other people, Elizabeth Warren and all that, are like, yeah, let's do it. Let's do some form of it, this, that, or the other. And now you have Donald Trump giving everybody a $1,200 stipend right now. And I think if it continues to extend, and I don't remember what some senator just put in a bill to Congress that stated he wanted the United States to pay 80% of wages for companies, so people will still feel that they have their jobs when they come back. And 80% of wages, that's like the government has to pay for it. It's getting kind of crazy there. And I think this whole thing is to see how far they can push the UBI idea.
Fucking most of it is so that they can maintain a tax, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's well, and so they can control what you buy and what you don't buy.
That's a fucking
So they can see it.
crazy world we live
They're
in right
coming.
now.
The U.S. government is trying to come out with a cryptocurrency because they don't want to, lose to Bitcoin.
Because apparently Bitcoin doesn't work good enough. They have to make their own.
Oh yeah, they want control of everything. They don't, and there's also a lot of people that say that they have control over Bitcoin already, but who knows? I don't fucking know. I don't think so. I don't think that. I think that's like a fucking
I mean,
crazy conspiracy theory, but who knows? But
I
there is an NSA
definitely.
white papers that came out like fucking in the 80s.
I was talking to Alex Utopium about that, and he kind of surprised me because I didn't think that you could manipulate Bitcoin, right? Because like there's a finite number of Bitcoins out there, and you know, I just thought that meant that they couldn't inflate it. But then he kind of explained it to me how you can still kind of you can control Bitcoin's price and use it to your advantage if you have enough
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah. I
And
mean, you can just take it off the market.
that was shocking to me. I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah. We're having Mr. Sue on this Sunday, and he's going to explain Bitcoin in more depth to us because I have a lot of reservations from it. I have a lot of reservations from it. I like tangibility. I like to be able to touch things.
Yeah.
And that's something that you can't really touch,
Yeah.
And I just don't fucking understand it, and I still see it being manipulated the same way, especially in today's market right now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not an expert by any means. A couple of months back, I made this GoFundMe to like start my own little business here, and one of our friends off of Anarchy Twitter, which is the fucking greatest place I've ever found. But one of our friends off Anarchy Twitter, he was like, "I'm not sending you fiat currency through GoFundMe, but I will teach you how to use Bitcoin, and I'll teach you how to do crypto, and I'll send you X number of Bitcoin, and you can get begun." And ever since, it's kind of been it's just in the background. I made some dumb fucking decisions, and I bit some bad goddamn calls. But you know, uh, at this point, I think my Bitcoin is worth more than it was when it began. So
there you go. Dude, we've had Carr on to talk about Bitcoin, and like we still didn't buy Bitcoin. Like it was like we looked at it and we're like, I think we went onto the site and we like just went to whatever is like bitcoin.com basically, like where it's just all about Bitcoin, all their wallets that they've like people have made for Bitcoin, like everything for Bitcoin. And we're just like, yeah, fuck that, dude. I don't know. I don't know what to do with this.
Dude, if you had bought some Bitcoin while she was low, you would be laughing right now because it dropped. It dropped like I can't even describe, man. It was at 1,400 Canadian, and then I came back a day later and it was at like $6,000, and I was just like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, dude, it's insane, and that's also what makes me nervous is like the volatility of it. But I mean, I would only invest money that I didn't really give a shit about into Bitcoin at this point. Like I can't just take my whole fucking paycheck and put it into Bitcoin. I still can't pay for things with Bitcoin yet. Like I still can't do things with Bitcoin yet.
Yeah.
And I think that's what worries me the most about Bitcoin. And it's like, yo, if there's a fucking collapse, when am I going to get fucking internet again?
Exactly.
Oh, that's fucking pointless.
Bitcoin's a little bit ahead of its time.
I think it is.
When we have like when Elon Musk gets that fucking satellite internet shit going on where like the whole world has free access to internet, then then Bitcoin will be like much more tangible, like it'll never go away. But now all it takes is the grid to go down and you're holding onto a wallet that isn't worth a whole lot.
Yeah. And it's really easy to take the grid down right now, dude. It is so easy to take the grid down.
I don't even want to fucking think about it, man. Because the last I fucking heard about this shit was that there were a couple earthquakes around Yellowstone, and that was the last time I paid attention to the news, man. It's been like 2 weeks since then. I've just been out.
I saw that and I was like, yo, it's happening. Like,
you might survive that shit, dude.
Maybe. I don't know.
In Arizona, it's possible. I mean, like, if Yellowstone blows, there'll be like a decade of fucking volcanic winter. But Arizona's not that cold. You might still be able to grow some food. I'm dead. I'm guaranteed dead. There's no fucking way I don't die.
It's like it's gonna be like negative fucking 200. What? Oh yeah, you guys do Celsius. It's gonna be like negative 100 Celsius or some shit like that.
Dude, it'll be fucking minus 40 every day.
Yeah. Better start stocking up on wood, bro. For
I've
10 years worth of wood.
I've 100% accepted that if Yellowstone blows, I just die. There's no way about it. It'll be a rough couple of years until I die, but then, the struggle's over.
It's gonna be a slow, like cancer. You're just like, yeah, I'm fighting.
Fucking crazy talk
Yeah,
about
dude.
that Yellowstone shit. But it seems like that would be the cherry on the cake.
Yeah, it just seems like, it's Murphy's Law, man.
Yeah.
One thing goes wrong, everything goes wrong. And
If
it
it
just
can
seems,
go wrong, it's gonna.
yeah, and it just seems like that's where we're heading to. That's why I'm waiting for the zombie apocalypse, man. Easter Day, the coronavirus patients are gonna rise from the dead.
Dude, fucking Easter's too on point. I can't handle it, man.
It's just too perfect. It's too perfect. It's the perfect movie.
It is. We're living in a movie, and I don't feel like I'm the character that survives.
Yeah, dude, we're not smart enough to be the character who survives, but I'm getting to level 60 before I die. That's my goal. I'm looking at it like a game. I'm gonna make level 60, and then I'll be like, oh damn, that boss was hard.
Fuck. I hope I don't know, man. It's insane. I never expected not to live till I was 60, but nowadays it's like it could end in 4 months, it could end in a year. I've got no fucking idea. I have no control over it. I just kind of accept it.
Dude, and all right, so like that our thing was like I didn't expect to live to 25. You join the Marine Corps, we're at war. It's like, yo, average life expectancy for my job was like in a combat scenario was like, I think I read it and it was like 20 seconds because I'm a radio operator, so you have the big giant antenna waving around your head. So I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get fucking schwacked the first time I go into combat. You know what I mean?
Hold up. We got to go back a couple steps here. So you enlist when you're fucking 18, right?
Yeah.
And that would have been like 2010, 2011.
It was 20. No, it was actually 2012.
Okay. And you're a radio operator, so you're walking around with a fucking antenna sticking above your head like a target?
Yeah, because all right, so we have short radios that we have a 3-foot antenna, and then we have a 10-foot antenna for like ground movement troops. We have bigger antennas, obviously, for like forward observing bases, but for like ground movement troops, you need a 3-foot antenna or a 10-foot antenna to actually have decent comms back towards a forward observing base. We call them fobs, but
Right. Yeah.
yeah. So the 3-foot tape antenna doesn't really reach that far because it's line of sight communications majority of the time.
Yeah,
And
like CB radio, hey?
yeah, exactly. So you need line of sight. You need one to be able to see the other. So the 10-foot is usually what you work with, and not at the height of Iraq and Afghanistan. If you looked at you can literally look up like life expectancy of a field radio operator, United States Marine Corps during Iraq and Afghanistan, and it'll give you like combat life expectancy, and it's like 20 seconds because first thing you take out is medical and communications, because then you can't get more medical if you take out communications, and if you take out medical, they can't get medical on the site. So if you take out those two guys, like they're fucking kind of sitting ducks until they get comms up. the thing about radios is usually there's more than one, and more than one person can obviously use the radio. So you can take out the radio operator, which is a thing an insurgent group should do first. But yeah, that was the life expectancy rate for radio operators in a combat scenario at the height of Iraq and Afghanistan, which was like, 2004 to like 2008, like in between those years. Not all, obviously not all of them, but that was just the average, was like an 18 to 25 second window in combat, because you just have this giant fucking antenna waving over your back.
And good fucking luck not getting
Yeah.
caught.
Yeah, dude. Like, you don't really have a fucking choice. So like my whole fucking mindset was I wanted to get out of Phoenix, so I just joined the Marine Corps.
Something to do.
It was something to do, and I wanted to get away from everything. Well, I told them to sign me up for the first job that became available so I could get out of here as fast as possible.
Oh shit.
The first one was logistics and supply, and I was like leaving in September, and I was like, I don't give a fuck, sign me up. And then they called me back, and they're like, hey, there's one that just opened up for July, do you want it? And I was like, sign me up. They're like, you don't even know what the job is. And I was like, I don't give a shit, sign me up. And it was a field communications specialist, so there's different areas that you could go into: data side, wire, radio, or maintenance. And you don't really fucking know until you actually get to your job school, and they're like, hey, you're radio, you're data, you're maintenance, you're wire, kind of thing. And so I got radio operator, and I was like, fuck it, let's go, let's do it. And I was a pretty damn good radio operator, I'm not gonna lie. But I was never in country either. I never deployed to Iraq or Afghanistan. I was
gonna ask, which one were you in, Afghanistan or Iraq?
No, I didn't go to either. I got stationed in Japan, and I was supposed to go to Iraq twice with two different units. And the first unit, they put somebody else on it because they wanted me to run the shop in Japan. And then they put like the shittiest fucking Marine on there. And they did so bad that we actually failed the unit actually failed the training. It's called it was Mojave Viper. It's called ITC now, but failed the training in 29 Palms to be able to deploy. They like failed it because the radio operators were so bad that they sent. And then the second unit was the one that I was at with Jared in 29 Palms, California. And I was supposed to go, but they said at first they said I could extend my contract. So I put 2 more years on my contract, and that would have been fine for me to go. But when I was trying to sign up for it, they're like, oh, headquarters Marine Corps said you can't do that anymore. So you can only re-enlist to go on this deployment. And they use deployments as a perk to re-enlisting. Yeah. Because in the Marine Corps, that's your whole fucking goal. Your whole life revolves around, am I going to get a deployment?
Yeah.
Because you're a fucking brainwashed dumbass. And so it's like, well, I want to go on this deployment. And I was like, I really don't want to re-enlist for 4 years. 2 years I could do, because almost a year of that is going to be training for the deployment and then being actually on the deployment. So whatever, the last year I'm going to be fucking sitting pretty because I have all this money from the deployment. So I was like, whatever. I don't really want to re-enlist, but I'll look at it. And then I was with the unit for a little bit longer, and I was like, you guys are going to get me fucking killed if we go on a deployment. So I'm just going to fucking get the fuck out. Like the people that I was going to deploy with, like the higher echelon chain of command, they were fucking garbage. And I was like, yeah, I'm not fucking doing this. I'm out. I'm out.
Hey, I mean, it's good that you get that decision. Fuck.
Yeah.
I imagine a lot of soldiers in the history of humanity have been just fucking fatalistic about their lives after meeting their commander. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, yeah.
Well, that's a wash. Better luck next time.
Yeah. Right? Maybe there is reincarnation. I'd hope there is, because this one sucked. Yeah. The whole thing was fucking retarded. Dude, I hated the Marine Corps.
That's a whole fucking world I can't wrap my head around. I have never been a part of anything like that.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing I got out of the Marine Corps was my friends. And I mean, obviously, they're pretty good friends. I still live with part of them.
Well, I mean, and you could operate a radio like a motherfucker. Like,
Yeah, that's true.
what would
That
you
might be.
recommend that I get for communication other than a cell phone? CB radio or like a ham radio?
See, I like. Carr will swear by ham radios from Fatcast Carr. He'll swear by ham radios. And, I don't know shit about ham radios because I never used them. I don't know a damn thing. CB radios are more in my range of what I used in the military because they're line of sight radios. VHF, so the very high frequencies.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of them that you can just go on and people aren't monitoring. So it's like easy to talk. At least you just have to rotate frequencies constantly, but the frequency range is so wide that it's like you could just constantly rotate frequencies every hour on the hour or whatever, and it'd be hard to pick people to pick you up. So I'd say CB radio. But the radios that I liked in the Marine Corps are the PRC 117 and the PRC 150, and they're just VHF radios. They're just line of sight radios, and you can honestly, they're made by Harris Radios or Harris Communications, and you can literally buy them from Harris. You don't even have to be in the military or anything like that. You're just not going to be able to get like crypto and shit like that because that's all military grade shit. Because
What you mean by
crypto,
that?
so crypto is like in the communications world, it's kind of the same thing. It's like an algorithm that runs through the radio and it constantly changes like passwords and shit for you to
Oh,
talk to another channel on the
yeah.
same frequency.
It's like encrypted.
It's encrypted. Yeah. So it's an encryption. But you can get those radios like on Amazon, I'm pretty sure. I haven't looked in a while, but it was like I literally Googled them and you can order them from Harris and you don't need any special license or anything like that. They're glorified walkie-talkies and they're really fucking good, honestly, and they work really well. And
So
if you got a little bug out squad, like you might as well get some 152s, man.
is that what you rock in your civilian life? You got your
I don't have any of that stuff. I figured if we're at a point where we're bugging out, like we're not going to be split up that far. It's going to be hand signals and bird calls, bro. Yeah, exactly. Like eventually maybe I'll try to take some off of somebody, but
my dog just came to her whistle.
she was like, "Oh shit, did you need me?"
I've been whistling for this dog her whole goddamn life, man. When I got Winnie, I was working on a hunting lodge where there was no fence. It was just like fucking, I don't know, like 100 acres of land. And she was just free to roam. And she, from the fucking day I got her, man, she would always just lay at the front door, wait for me to come outside.
Really?
Yeah, she never went anywhere else. Ah, Freya.
My little girl, she's just been sleeping the entire time. Huh.
I don't know where the fuck mine was. She came out of some sort of corner when I whistled.
Yeah, she's been sleeping, and then she just woke up a few minutes ago, and she's been trying to get into my backpack over in the corner.
Oh, what a good girl.
She's ridiculous.
She's
She's
a
been
good
needy
dog.
today. She's been real needy today. She wants all the pets.
Dude, she's going to be a strong dog. You could use her to pull.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I want to teach her some hunting things, but I've never been hunting with a dog, so I don't even know how to fucking start that shit.
Dude, I fucking went bow hunting with Winnie one time, and I was blown away by her fucking just built-in instincts. Like, she's not even a hunting breed. She's a
Yeah.
husky cross Aussie shepherd. Like, neither of those breeds has anything to do with hunting. I put a fucking arrow through a pheasant, and it's, it's not dead. It's flapping around. It's got an arrow halfway through it. So it's like, am I going to chase after this And I look at Winnie, and she goes and she grabs it, and she brings it back, and she drops it at my feet. And I pull the arrow out, and I'm just like, oh, good job, Winnie. You're better at this than I am.
You're like, thanks. I didn't have to go get it myself.
I was fucking amazed. I thought for sure she wouldn't know what the fuck to do. And it was kind of just like an experiment. I was like, what's gonna happen? Is she gonna go shred this pheasant somewhere in the bush, or is she gonna bring it back? And she brought it back to me like a fucking clock.
Yeah, mine's learning fetch, and she's actually gotten really good at it. So maybe she'll be good at that too. She'll be like, oh, I'll bring this back to Dad.
I probably shouldn't have said that shit on the internet. I don't think it's legal to bow hunt with a dog.
Really?
Yeah, but
Just say you were in the United States. I don't know.
the odds of anybody fucking listening to this that matter is so low. So low. Cheers to that.
Yeah.
It's fucking Friday somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Although
Almost.
I don't have nothing to do tomorrow. It's fucking stat holiday, so I guess today is Friday.
Oh, dang. It's what holiday?
Easter.
Oh, yeah.
Good Friday, right?
Yeah. I don't think we get that off in the States.
What?
No, we don't get Good Friday off.
Are you dudes not more fucking religious than us? I'm pretty sure you are.
I don't know. I don't fucking know. I haven't worked a job where we got like
A stat.
holidays. Yeah, like we didn't get like those, like, I don't know. Most jobs don't get random holidays like that off. I don't think Easter we get a day off. If we anything, we get Monday off.
Interesting. Fuck, I grew up all Catholic, but I got out of that real quick.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was baptized Lutheran, but my family's both sides are Roman Catholic.
Yeah, me too. I'm Roman Catholic.
My mom was like, my mom had me when she was 16, so way against Roman Catholicism, and
Atta girl.
yeah.
Atta girl.
And so she was like, I'm gonna baptize you Lutheran just to like be a dick.
Seriously?
Yeah.
That's fucking hilarious.
She's a savage, man. My mom's a savage.
Atta girl, man. Fucking had you at 16.
Yeah, dude. I didn't come out too bad.
Round of applause.
And I didn't have
your
one.
Mom.
And I still haven't had one yet, so that's a plus.
Ah, you're young yet. Fuck me neither. Although I came close.
Yeah.
Yeah, we lost 2.
Oh, damn.
That's a dark fucking topic. Brings
Oh,
up
yeah.
brings up my ex, and I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, yeah, let's not do that then.
But yeah, I was almost a dad twice.
That's
fucking
crazy.
That's fucking tough.
I think we talked about it on our last show. Like, I couldn't be a dad yet, dude. I can barely be a dog dad. I don't know if I could be a real kid's dad.
Yeah, but is anybody fucking ready, man?
No, I don't think you're ever ready, but I'm just going to keep saying that I'm not fucking ready. I'm going to have like 2 kids. I'm going to be like 38, and I'm going to be like, yeah, I'm not ready to be a dad yet.
Not even kind of.
Yeah, dude. I don't know.
I don't know.
I just can't even.
I feel like it'd be easier to raise people than a dog,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't fucking know. Dude, I just can't even see bringing a kid in the world right now. Like, I just can't do it. Just can't fucking do it.
Well, there's that.
That is a big thing.
That is a big fucking thing. Will the world even be, a possible place for a fucking 2-year-old in 10 years?
Yeah, for real. Like, are you going to be even able to?
I can't even wrap my head around what's going on these days.
It's insane, man. It's a wild fucking place.
It seems like it was bound to happen. And like this virus thing is just, it's the cherry on a cake, but there's a big cake,
Yeah,
and that
it's
fucking
been
cake is an economic collapse. It's been fucking coming.
Yeah, and I don't know if this will fucking do it, but I know within the next year and a half, 2 years, the big one will come. So I don't know. We'll fucking see, man.
We will fucking see. That's for sure. I just hope Yellowstone doesn't blow. Not gonna lie. I mean, I've wanted the fucking collapse for a long time. But if
But
Yellowstone blows, that does not work for me.
like, that ain't it. That is
No,
not it.
not yet. Just come on. No. Please, no.
That's so fucking funny. Yeah, dude, when I saw the earthquakes in Yellowstone, I was like, damn, bud. Like, that's not good.
That
That's
is
an omen
not
right
good.
there. Like, it's just gotten more and more. Like, there's been earthquakes over the last 10 years, 15 years in Yellowstone. And every time I hear it, I'm like, damn, dude, it's getting worse.
Dude,
And it was a pretty big one. It was like a 6.9 or something like that.
it was serious.
Yeah.
It's insane to fucking think about Yellowstone going off. Yellowstone lifts the crust of the earth like 2 kilometers. So if it
Yeah.
blows off, that shit's gonna drop. And like, good luck imagining the coastline after that shit all sinks down.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. I don't even want to think. It's like the super volcano of all super volcanoes.
Yeah, like regardless of what it does to the fucking climate and the atmosphere and everything else, the idea of the fucking ocean hitting the Rockies just like in a day.
Yeah, that's insane. I didn't even know that. That scares me.
Fuck it is. I mean, there's no point in being even afraid of Yellowstone. If Yellowstone goes off, it's just like say goodbye.
Yeah. Just call somebody as soon as you can. That if you need to call them and say goodbye, say goodbye. But that's basically all you're going to be able to do.
There might be like a couple people that survive in fucking Australia or something.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, I think Africa is like probably the place to survive that place. Parts of Africa.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good point. It's it's hard to imagine anything that could take out fucking Africa.
Yeah, like the entire continent. Like that's kind of fucking hard.
Yeah. Africa's like a lot bigger than most people think.
Yeah, Africa's like gigantic. It's fucking huge.
And also population too. Like
Yeah, like it's got a small population for the size that it is, but it's got a pretty large population. So like there's the center of Africa, like that place is surviving. Like I don't know, like the heart of Africa, whatever's right there,
some
like
sort of
that.
Congo shit.
Yeah, like that place is that'll survive fucking nuclear winter. Pretty sure volcanic winter. Like I'm pretty sure it will. I don't know.
I
It's
mean,
gonna
I
be
hope so.
it's gonna be a fucking island, but but yeah, I don't know, dude. I don't know. It's a wild time to be alive, man. It's a crazy timeline right now.
What is your plan? What is your what do you figure is gonna happen in the next 2 to 3 years for you?
Fuck, man.
That's a hard question.
I've given it up. I've given up on trying to fucking plan it. Like I don't think you can plan it. I think the only thing you can plan is, training yourself to be able to try to survive the most insane conditions. Like that's my plan now. Like my plan is to get a whole lot better at being able to grow things, get a whole lot better at being able to track and hunt things, a whole lot better at being able to protect myself in an area that is at least mild, like pretty easily contained, and I can control the surrounding area, like of like a campsite or something. I
Yeah.
think that's like my whole goal now. Like my whole goal, like there's no, like I'm gonna get a job and pretend like I'm fucking normal, but like that's not gonna be my normal. My normal is gonna be like, all right, how am I going to survive if everything fucking collapses? And if it doesn't collapse, then I'm well on my way with a job, so I'm not too worried about that. But like my thing is I just think everything's gonna fucking just
If
down the shitter, dude.
if it hasn't already.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, who knows if we're out of like this? Like this could be it. Like who knows? So I don't even want to plan 2 to 3 years down the line. I've never planned 2 to 3 years down the line anyways, so
I feel that, man. I fucking feel that.
so I don't know, man. It's what a time to be alive, that's for sure. Donald Trump's the president of the United States. Like that's a crazy fucking headline to me. So
Dude, I've been
he's about to
laughing
get
about that.
reelected.
I've been laughing about that since fucking 2016. I fucking bought a t-shirt with an American flag on it as soon as Trump was elected because I fucking knew that shit, I should go get that and put it on. I fucking knew that everybody was just going to be so angry about that. No matter what, like Republicans, fucking Democrats, and, you know, translated to Canada, liberals, conservatives, doesn't matter. Everybody's going to be fucking angry about Trump. And I'm just like, oh, this is so funny.
Yeah. Yeah. It's insane. Like that right there is just insane to me. And then, I mean, even when Obama was in, like, just some of the, like, just watching everything happen and now being in the mindset that I am, you can just see it like back to Clinton days and things like that, where it's just like things just kind of like started to ramp up and you're just like, fuck, man. And then
Where
Donald Trump got elected and it's just in fucking 4 years of craziness.
where does this end?
Yeah, I don't fucking know. I don't know. But it needs to make up its fucking mind real quick. I want to know what the next choice for me is.
Agreed, man. I fucking don't know which way to jump,
Yeah.
you know?
So I'm just going to be really good at trying to decide that the way that I jump is going to be all right. That's my goal. My goal is to be, it doesn't matter which way I jump. I'm going to get to the other side regardless of the jump.
Fucking these days, it's like it feels like you're in the middle of Pearl Harbor and you're on a fucking ship that's on fire and you're just about to jump into some fucking water that's covered in oil that's on fire.
Yeah.
You know, like you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't.
Yep. It's kind of what it is. And so, like, it's just like, hopefully I'll have a fire retardant suit on.
Just fucking hope you're not wearing polyester.
Yeah, for real, dude. That's the goal at this point. Out of the frying pan into the oven.
Let's just not be fucking horribly burned.
Let's try to mitigate the burns as much as possible.
Fuck. I don't know. My fucking plan has been more or less the same no matter what happens, right? It's like when this shit fucking kicks off, I head into the bush and I aim to not see people for a good amount of time.
Yeah. That's kind of the goal here too. We're just gonna fucking head north, try to get to the Rockies, set up camp.
Dude, you're so fucked. I mean, not to be harsh, but like, fuck. I can't imagine being stuck in America. Honestly. So many people.
Yeah. But there's a lot of places out there, man, where there's fucking no one.
Yeah, but everybody's thinking that, man.
Yeah, but those places, it's hard to run into other people. The Rockies are fucking huge. Huge. They're so big and so long that you could constantly rotate around that bitch
That's what
and
she
not
said.
see a person.
Oh, fuck. I mean, you know, I fucking hope all y'all end up in Canada near me so that I got my people, but I kind of doubt it.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if we'll make it that far north.
It's a goddamn long way.
And then most of it's going to have to be fucking trucking it on our feet anyways. So
Yeah,
see how long my knees go.
because the fucking roads are going to be just bullshit in a goddamn month.
Yeah.
There would be no way.
Yeah. They're going to be fucked. Unless
I don't
half the
know,
population dies.
Exactly. It depends on how it goes, but like judging by every single fucking zombie movie I've ever. Speaking of zombie movies, what is your favorite zombie movie? Because mine is 28 Days Later.
28 Days Later is a fucking awesome one.
That's
I think that's like probably one of the better ones. I think, dude, The Walking Dead was great until it wasn't.
yeah.
Which was like,
I don't remember when I lost track of The Walking Dead.
yeah, I stopped watching it, which sucked because it was such a good show. But I thought that was a really good zombie movie. You know, actually, you know what the fucking best zombie movie is? and it's not even like a movie, but it's Last of Us, the fucking video game. That is
Mm.
the best. Like the cutscenes and everything, it's fucking amazing. Like that's a fucking good ass zombie movie. If you just watch the cutscenes, it's like an hour and a half long, just cutscenes.
I haven't
Um,
played that one yet.
it's so good.
Is that
It's on
PS4?
PlayStation. Yeah, it's on
PS4.
PlayStation 4.
Yeah, yeah.
It's so good, and the new one's gonna come out with PS5, Last of Us 2. That one's dope.
PS5?
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah, they're coming out with it like sometime this year, they think.
Oh, fuck off. There's another
Yeah.
PS?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the PlayStation 4 has been out for a
A
while
long
now.
time.
Yeah. Same with the Xbox One. Like, they haven't done anything new for a while. So it's about that time. But I think my favorite zombie movie, the one that I'll watch every time it comes on, is Zombieland. Zombieland's such a good movie.
Agreed. I don't know, man. Fucking 28 Days Later is in its own goddamn category. Because
Yeah.
those goddamn running zombies are in a
Yeah.
whole different category.
Yeah, dude. Dude, actually, what was it? Fucking Z World or World of Z or what was
Yeah,
that?
World War Z with Brad Pitt.
World War Z. Yeah, dude. Dude, fuck those zombies, bro. If those are the zombies we have, we're fucked.
I fucking think for sure that we're going to have running zombies. Because I was talking to a friend of mine on Twitter and he was like, the fucking zombie analogy is directly related to what's going on these days. It's like the people with brains have already prepared for this collapse, and the people without brains are watching it happen, and they're going to be the zombies roaming through the streets looking for people with brains. Do you know what I mean? I think I fucked that up somewhere in the middle, but
No, I think I got you. Yeah, that makes sense.
like that's fucking true, man. These people that haven't prepared for this shit to collapse are going to be running at you. They're not going to be walking.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. I get it.
That's fucking horrifying.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy, dude. If a zombie apocalypse comes, we're fucked, dude. I think most people are fucked.
We should stay positive. We should talk about growing plants. What kind of plants do you want to grow?
Dude, we're all about the jalapenos. Hold on. I gotta let my dog out. She's whining.
Yeah, here, I'll pause it. I gotta go for piss. All right. So after that break, we kind of lost track of our fucking train of thought here. I went and I checked on my plants.
Oh yeah.
I got 3 little fucking shoots up. I'm a little stoked about that. But fucking one of my weed seeds does not seem to have germinated, which is a goddamn
really?
downer. Because it was one of the really fucking, it was one of the really good ones, man. I got 10 seeds of this one strain that's like insanely good medical from Amsterdam, and it cost me the fucking world. And they threw in like 7 strains for free, and up until now I've been just going with the free ones because like I don't want to fuck up, right?
Yeah.
But you know, I kind of I couldn't resist anymore. Exactly, I fucked up. I couldn't resist anymore, and I planted 2 of these seeds so far. I got 10, so I'm working on 2 out of 10, and fucking so far it looks like both are gonna fail, which sucks.
Yeah, I haven't tried planting that yet. We have jalapenos, we have some bell peppers, we got a shit ton of tomatoes, shit ton of jalapenos. These are, I mean, they're all Jared's right now. I'm gonna make. We're probably moving here soon, so the next place I'm gonna make my own garden. But I'm gonna make. I want some fucking potatoes, dude. I love potatoes. Potatoes are my shit. So my whole thing is I want basically a whole bunch of fucking potatoes. Potatoes, tomatoes, jalapenos. That's gonna be like my main. I want to be able to make salsa and whatever I want with potatoes.
Vodka and mashed potatoes.
Yeah, exactly, dude. I can make alcohol and I can make mashed potatoes. So that's like, I'll live off that if I have to.
Dude, I'm the same. I fucking love potatoes. That probably is my favorite goddamn of all the things that you can grow and eat.
Yeah.
You know, potatoes are goddamn top.
Yeah. They're so versatile. You can do anything with them.
I wish I could grow tomatoes and jalapenos, man.
Yeah. They probably don't grow that well up by you, huh?
They don't grow at all, man.
Yeah, dude. Dude, the Jared's jalapeno plant is fucking. It's intense. Like there's a shit ton on there, and the tomatoes, like same thing. And a lot of people are like, Phoenix, how do you grow plants in Phoenix? Like it's all desert, and it's actually like you can grow a shit ton of stuff here.
Yeah, because we ship you water,
Yeah. Yeah, probably. we have we have like a whole bunch of fake reservoirs everywhere.
which is absurd, man. It's water harvesting is probably the easiest thing that people can do. They just have to use a little bit of smarts, and then they get that shit to all flow into one place. They collect it. They fucking harvest it. That's part of the fucking modern world that I just don't understand. The way we've got everything just designed to flow into sewer systems that go straight out of our fucking life.
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't even like looked into shit like that, but it doesn't really make that much sense to me anyways.
I don't know. I'm just talking about California because that's like I read a story about California where they've made everything so efficiently managed to run into their sewer system that they have a drought. You know, there's no water sitting around. They've got
Yeah.
it's a crazy fucking thing to think about how like we have all of this ability to make these habitats more conducive to survival, but all we do is ignore that and we just fucking, we eat food we ship in from fucking China.
Yeah, dude. It's because it's cheaper.
Not anymore.
Yeah, no, not right now. There isn't a lot getting shipped in from China right now.
Crazy. It's wild to think about, man. Like all those ships from China that they sent across the Pacific Ocean to hit our west coast, like they left 3 weeks ago. You know what I mean? So all of this stuff is just slowly trickling into our fucking part of the world.
And it's just slowly infecting more and more people.
Well, I know I just mean the shortage, like
Oh yeah, that
we're
too.
just we're coming up to the part of time where all those ships stop being loaded.
Yeah, and there hasn't been a new shipment in a while.
Exactly. We're in that like month-long gap where we don't know what the fuck is about to happen.
Yeah, I have no idea. The whole thing's crazy, man. Like I said, what a time to be alive.
What a time to be alive. I don't know if I would want to be alive in any other time.
Yeah, that's true. I think that's like maybe like 100 years down the road, like future.
Agreed, man. Agreed for sure. For a long time in my life, I thought that I was like, I should have been born 200 years earlier because I'd do better. But now I'm with you. I think 100 years from now, that would be the most interesting fucking thing to see because, like, I just want to know what the fuck happens.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. I want to know how everything fucking ends up. How badly did we fuck up or did we figure it out?
I do not think we're gonna figure it out. Not gonna lie to you. That's like, I mean, I don't want to be like that guy that says I'm a collapsitarian. Everything's gonna collapse. It's a guarantee. But on the other hand, I am a collapsitarian, and I think everything's gonna collapse, and it's a guarantee.
Yeah, dude. I mean, that's the way it looks. Like, it doesn't look any other way at this point. It looks like it's all just fucking downhill from here.
It's like it's that saying, would you more likely account it to evil or stupidity? And every time I think it's stupidity.
Yeah. Yeah. I think a lot of it's stupidity. I think the stupidity is sped up by malintent, though.
Yes, that's probably for real. There's a lot of evil out there that the
Yeah.
stupidity works with.
Yeah. And they work off the stupidity. Like that evil just like feeds off of it. It's easier for it to thrive.
Can you explain what that knuckle pucks is right there? Because I just keep thinking it's hockey.
No, it's a band. It's a band. Yeah.
Right,
I
right.
went to their show. One of our previous roommates, he was like a big fan of theirs, and Knuckle Puck. Uh, I think it's I don't remember where they're from, but they're a pretty good band. So I have that, and then I have an Under Oath fucking flag to my left. I got a Marine Corps
Yeah.
flag, and then a Old Glory up there.
Ah, classic.
Yeah, but then I have those over there. Marine Corps flag, and then Under Oath.
Get on.
Yeah, fucking Under Oath is my favorite band of all time.
Really
Yeah.
interesting.
It was just like that band that you grew up with. It was like one of the first things that I listened to that was like harder rock. And then like the glass was broken when I realized they were a Christian rock band.
Dude, I
But
have that same fucking issue. I listen to a lot of metal and then I'm like 2 months into it and I'm like, oh, I love this band. And then somebody tells me they're fucking super Amish or some shit like
yeah,
that.
right. And you're just like, you like re-listen to a song and you're like, fuck.
Interesting. I did not see that coming.
Yeah. Yeah, that always happens to me. But yeah, that was me with Under Oath. But then I was like, you know what? Music is what you take from it. So I took it a different message from that than what they intended, I guess.
100%, man. There's this fucking one band that for a long time, I couldn't listen to anymore. As I Lay Dying,
Oh, yeah.
because the singer, he was like, he did too many steroids or whatever, and he lost his fucking mind. He paid somebody to kill his wife.
Yep.
And like, you know, I don't support any of that. But on the other hand, I fucking like that CD. But it's hard to listen to because most of the lyrics are like, now that you listen to him, it's like he's clearly talking about paying somebody to kill his wife.
You're like, fuck, dude. Shit. What do I do here?
Do I want this in my head or no?
Yeah, dude. I don't know. That's a hard thing with like rock and rap, dude, because I like a lot of rap too. And it's just like some of the shit you start listening to it and you really start listening to it. And then you look at the person and you see what they've done and you like realize what they're talking about. And you're like, fuck, man. Do I really want to listen to this some more?
Is this good or bad?
Yeah. Like the fact that I'm relating to this, does that make me a bad person? Like, fuck.
Yeesh.
Yeah. What a time.
What a fucking time to be alive. I think everybody could agree with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Literally nobody, 0% of humanity was ready for this.
No.
2020 hit us all right between the fucking eyes.
Yeah, dude. It hit us hard too.
And it ain't over.
Nope. we're only in fucking, what, April now? May? April?
We are in the fucking first third. There's 2/3 of this left to go.
Yeah. It's going to be a wild ride.
I honestly don't know what to say, man. It's like I'm with you. I can't picture the world 4 months from now. It's completely unknown.
Yeah. Like there was like, a steadiness to everything. And now there's just not. Like there's no consistency anymore. And it's like, all right, well, I guess we're actually taking this day by day. Like I don't have a choice to not take it day by day anymore.
At this point, I don't know how anybody's not an anarchist.
Yeah, for real. I think that's the next thing. I think we see more of that idealism. Maybe not quite the way that we want it, but I think we see more of that idealism as we move forward. More people just being like, yeah, fuck that. Fuck the government kind of thing.
I fucking hate all that purity testing bullshit, man. Like,
yeah, I don't give a shit.
I hate that. Why would you ever want to fucking alienate people that are in any way similar to you? You're not helping your fucking cause.
Yeah, not at all.
Like, I don't give a fuck if somebody has some sort of like hang up where they still support some sort of bullshit, as long as they're on,
they're moving down that path. And
exactly.
then I'm gonna talk to them about it every time I get to try and sway them away from it. But at this point in time, we don't have the luxury of just being like, yeah, well, fuck you.
No, exactly. We need all the allies we can fucking harbor.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't know if we're I don't know if we're doing that very well.
Well, I mean,
I
with
mean, I
that,
think I didn't mean like us two in general. I just meant like the community in its
no,
whole.
I totally understand what you mean.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's not us two. It's just like, in general, a bunch of us are pricks.
Yeah. Basically.
Pretty much.
It's kind of how it goes. But I feel like you kind of get that prick mentality once you're there because you're just like, man, fuck this.
Fuck all these idiots that fucking argue for their own enslavement, you know?
Yeah. And
I,
you do fall into it. Like it's hard. It's easy to fall into that. Like, fuck you then. Be a slave.
I totally understand it. I just, it doesn't seem helpful.
Yeah. That's the hard part. How helpful, like when does tough love not be in love anymore and it's just being a dick?
It's a good goddamn point. We should get back to gardening. We should stop being
Oh yeah.
so depressing. It's really hard to talk about gardening with somebody from fucking Arizona though, because like
We
we
garden completely different things.
we literally couldn't be indifferent in like more opposite sorts of fucking climates,
Yeah.
conditions, situation, you know?
Yeah. Like all your stuff is in the ground, I'm guessing, right?
Not even close. There's
Oh
snow
really?
on the ground, man.
Oh yeah, that's true. There's still
Well,
snow up there?
it's been a fucked up year.
Yeah.
We had the
It's
worst
rained a lot here.
we had the worst fucking winter that I can fucking remember. We had like no snow. So like I was retrained to be a snowplow operator after I got injured. And so I'm keeping track of the snowfall because I need a goddamn job. And this winter, I mean, last winter was bad, but this winter was worse. We had rain until like fucking the middle of February. And then February and March hit us super hard with the snow and the cold. And that's not how it's supposed to be. We're supposed to have, we're supposed to have snow and cold from goddamn October to January. And then January to March, it starts to taper off. But it's the opposite right now. It's almost like spring from October to December. And then from December to March, it's like we're getting this ridiculous winter that's retaliating for not being in the right time zone. And it hits super hard, it's like minus 50, fucking 2 feet of snow every day. But now it's like, what is it? It's like almost the 10th of April. And today the snow started to melt a little bit. You know what I mean? Like it's just
Like just
beginning.
barely.
It's beginning to look like spring and it's the middle of April.
That's funny. Yeah, we've had a lot of fucking rain down here, which is really weird for this late in the season. Like it's supposed to be like the nicest days we have out of the year between like March to end of April, middle of May. Like it's supposed to be like beautiful
before it gets insanely hot.
Yeah, and then it gets fucking hot as shit.
The whole fucking world seems to be in that same fucking position, man. Like I was talking to Shudra and he's in Australia and he was talking about how his climate's all fucked. And I'm talking about how my climate's all fucked and like
yeah, like I said, dude, the world's on fucking fire right now, man.
It's on fire, man. What is that Smash Mouth fucking song where it's like the world's on fire, but
how about yours? That's the way I like it. And I'll never get bored. That's what it is.
Yeah, buddy, I'm so happy you fucking knew those lyrics. Because I was struggling to come up with them, but I was failing.
I loved that song when I was a kid.
Dude, I don't think anybody our age didn't love the Shrek soundtrack. Every song off
banger, dude. Every song off of it's a banger.
That's the soundtrack of our generation, dude.
Oh, that's so sad.
That and like fucking a couple video game soundtracks, you know what I mean?
Like Tony Hawk Pro Skater. That soundtrack is the best.
And Burnout too.
Yeah, Burnout. Need for Speed, the Need for Speed and Need for Speed 2, those were huge.
That's interesting to me that you know about these nerdy things. You were supposed to be in the army. What were you doing learning about nerdy things?
We play a lot of fucking video games in the Marine Corps, man.
For real?
Oh yeah, dude. Like that's mostly like our normal week. Like you can't really do shit during the week, so it's you go to work, you wake up early as shit, you go to work, you fucking do your job, and then you after work you go to the gym probably, and you drink and play video games and watch movies. Like I know a shit ton about fucking TV shows and movies, especially in Japan. We weren't allowed off base for a whole lot, so like we'd watched a whole bunch of movies, and you just get drunk and play video games and watch movies. But I also played a shit ton of video games when I was a kid too. I played sports and played video games. Like that's what I did.
Yeah, me too, man. Me too,
Yeah.
for sure.
So
What sport did you play?
I played football, basketball, and then I played soccer too a little bit.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Who the fuck wants to run around that much?
I loved running. I was really good at running. I hate running now, but that's because it hurts me. But yeah, I loved running. But yeah, basketball, you run around constantly. So soccer was easy to jump over into. And then football, I loved football. But then I broke my collarbone, and that kind of put a damper on my football career.
For sure. What position did you play in football?
I started out as a defensive end, and then I moved to middle linebacker. And then by my senior year or junior year, because I didn't play my senior year, I stuck to basketball my senior year. I played quarterback, and then usually like strong safety.
Honestly, I don't know why I asked that. I know so little about football that I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I was like the furthest guy back on the defense.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I know what quarterback means. I get that part.
Yeah, I played quarterback a little bit, but I liked wide receiver on offense. I didn't like quarterback, but one of the schools I went to, it was predominantly African American and Mexican American, and they were like, "Well, you're white, and our quarterback got hurt, so they're like, you're gonna play quarterback." And I was like, "All right, I guess."
Good luck, token white boy.
Yeah, for real, dude. And I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
How is this not racist?
Yeah, it was so funny. But and I had long fucking blonde hair, like skater boy surfer hair, and because I was a total skater when I was growing up.
I fucking understand that. I was in the same boat.
Yeah, so I had long surfer skater boy hair, and my coach always called me Sunshine from Remember the Titans. So I got that nickname most of high school until I cut my hair all off.
Quality.
Yep.
Fucking quality. I don't know, man. If you didn't have fucking regrettably weird long hair when you were younger, you did it wrong.
Yeah, you were boring.
You know what I mean? Exactly.
Everybody loved my hair, dude. It was literally like straight out of like a California kid. Like everybody thought I was from California just because of my hair. And I always think in my head I'm gonna grow it out again. But then it gets to a certain point where I'm just like, yeah, fuck that, man. I get it long enough where it's like in that awkward stage before it grows out and looks good. And I'm like, yeah, no, fuck this.
Dude, I fucking had long hair for enough of my life to realize that it's just a pain in the dick. And I am much more happy with a short haircut because you don't have to fuck with it as much.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like fucking, that's honestly one of the only upsides of being born with a dick is that you don't have to fuck around with long hair.
You don't have to worry about it.
Exactly. We are exempt. We can just have a buzz cut every summer and then fucking we're good.
Grow it out until the next summer. And you're fine.
I kind of grow my hair out in the winter because like otherwise I get cold, but you know.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like you cut it every summer and then you let it grow over the summer. Like you don't have to like you could literally shave your head at the beginning of the summer, let it grow until the next summer, and then shave it again, and you'd be just fine.
Yeah,
you'd be completely normal.
You pay $0.
Yeah, exactly. Now I'm like a hipster, and I slick back my hair, but normally I just wear a fucking hat.
Attaboy. Yeah, fuck. I was I was in the same boat. I'm not gonna lie to you. I had slick back hair for a long time when I was younger. But then I was just like, fuck it. I'm just gonna buzz it and not give a shit.
Yeah, I go back and forth all the time, especially right now, dude. It's gonna start getting hot, and I don't know how long I'm gonna keep it this summer.
Yeah, that's not really a thing for me.
Yeah, no, it's gonna get like 120. It's gonna be a hell of a fucking summer just because of how hellish this winter has been.
I gotta Google what the fuck 120 means. Hold on a second.
Oh, Fahrenheit to Celsius. I don't even fucking remember how to change it anymore.
Oh, you silly bitches in your Fahrenheit. 120 F to C. 48. Holy shit. Dude, I would die a long time before it hit fucking 48. My favorite temperature is 15, and that's like on the upside. Like I'm happy between 10 to 15, and as soon as it goes above 15, I just start to get fucking angry. I start waiting for the snow to fall again.
Yeah, I think ours is our summers get to fucking 120. You can cook meat on sidewalks if you needed to.
That's fucked. And it like, I mean, all I hear about Arizona is that Canada ships them water. And part of me thinks, why the fuck do we do that? And the other part of me thinks, you know, if we stop doing that, you're all gonna die.
Yeah, dude, they've massively like just fucked up the water supply here. Like they don't understand. Like it was fine for like the first 50 years that Arizona was a place, or a Phoenix especially. It was all irrigation. Like we use irrigation, and it all just rotated constantly. And then, more government regulation, this, that, or the other. And now they're like next year, one of the cities on the west side that's part of Phoenix, the Phoenix tri-state area, they're like not gonna have enough fucking water to like do anything. And I was like, how is everybody else gonna have enough water, but this place isn't, and we're all connected? I don't know. They don't make any fucking sense.
Nothing makes sense at this point.
It doesn't. Well, yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Fucking cheers to that. We live in a world where the news is more unbelievable than the Onion.
Yeah, the Onion seems fucking real half the time.
Oof, I've been drinking whiskey and
yeah,
that probably was not wise. I'm feeling it right now. No regrets though.
No regrets. I mean, you don't got shit to do tomorrow anyway, so.
Fuck it. What am I supposed to do? Appear like presentable and intelligent?
Yeah, right.
That ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
I didn't drop out of fucking college for no reason. I dropped out of college to be part of the dummies. You know what I mean? I picked my plan. I picked my fucking trajectory very, very, very clearly.
Yeah. Yeah, I knew it. I tried to go to college. I went for 2 years, and I was like, all right, I'm fucking done. Dude, it was right after the Marine Corps, and I was like, yeah, I can't do this anymore.
I think you lasted longer than me. I lasted like 1 year and half a semester or something.
Yeah. Well, and mine was paid for mostly by the Marine Corps, but I was just like, yeah, I can't fucking do this anymore. You guys are all fucking retarded.
Fuck, man. I'm in this currently I'm in this crazy like it was weird. I was applying for all these jobs, and there's this one ad where it was like, would you like to get paid to learn how to be recertified in a different career? And I was like, fuck, I don't give a shit. Just fucking, I'm gonna apply for everything. And I got in. So now I'm in these weird fucking college courses to be retrained. It's like supply chain management.
Okay.
And it is just the strangest goddamn situation I've ever been, because right now we're watching the supply chain break down.
Yeah, dude. I was gonna say, how's that work?
It is fucking wild to be in this fucking situation, man.
Yeah, that's weird, dude. It's like the supply chain shit it's literally breaking down, and you're training to be a supply chain manager.
Isn't that the fucking weirdest thing you ever heard?
That's crazy.
It
How's
makes
it?
it
How's it feel going to those courses, or like at least doing the online courses again?
fuck, man. I turn it on, I hit mute, and I fall back asleep.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I was doing a course for the job that I'm in, and it's through the University of Maryland, and it's like an hour-long lecture every Wednesday, and I was like, "Fuck me, dude!" It's just online too, and I'm just like falling asleep right there at the camera, like, and they use Zoom too, and I'm just like, "Fuck, this is fucking horrible."
I am fucking lucky, man. At least they don't use Zoom. They use this like in-house application where it's like fucking, like I mute my mic, I turn off the camera, and buddy talks for like 100 fucking hours. And at the end, I turn it back on and I take a picture of what I'm supposed to do for the day, and then I do it, and it takes me 2 minutes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's such a waste of time.
Yeah, thankfully, yeah, I can do the same. I just mute my mic, mute my fucking, or turn off my camera, and then I just fucking sit there and fuck around on Instagram, make memes.
Yeah, man. I'm on Twitter the entire time.
Yeah, exactly. It's just so much easier to do it that way. And then, it's like you said, the classwork takes like 15 minutes. It's like, why couldn't you just give me the classwork, throw out the slideshow if I want to reference it, and that's it?
Dude, and they fucking time it. Like, you gotta wake up at 9, you watch their little online class until 10, and then you do your work until fucking 1 p.m., and then you're online till 1 till 2, and then you do your work, and then you're back online at 3:30. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? I could have done all this in 5 minutes. Wake me up at goddamn noon, and then I'll goddamn do it. Oh,
Yeah,
I don't know what to do about it. It's fucked, but I don't want to quit because, like, they're paying me to learn.
exactly. That's the difference. Where it's like they give you money to do it, and you're like, all right, I guess.
Apparently in Canada, you're able to apply for some sort of like emergency, whatever the fuck, but only if you had a job before it went wrong. So I'm fucked.
You're like, shit. My dog's scratching at the door.
Hey, no worries. I'll hit pause. All right. So, what seeds have you got planted for this Arizona summer you got coming up?
Fuck. We haven't planted anything in a while because everything's like blooming right now.
That's fucking insane to me.
Yeah. I was like, everything, like, there's like a shit, like, everything's like being about to be picked right now that we have.
That's just not fair.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. And then I mean, all of these, like the jalapenos, we'll harvest them, and then there'll probably be another batch in the next month and a half, 2 months or so. So it's kind of just like a rotating crop until the winter, and then they die, and then for like 3 months, and then they come back. But by then I'll be at a new place, and I'm gonna, like I said, I'm planting a whole bunch of fucking potatoes.
Can you even grow potatoes in Arizona? Isn't it too hot?
No, I'm pretty sure I can grow potatoes. Pretty sure potatoes can grow fucking just about anywhere as long as you have soil and some shade.
You're not wrong about that. Potatoes are, I think potatoes are probably the number one. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. That's like the Boogaloo fucking kicks off. It's all about potatoes. Like that's my thing right there. Like, I'm just gonna make a whole bunch of fucking potatoes, and they're basically the seed. So throw the other ones that you're not using back in the fucking ground. Let them create more potatoes.
Exactly, man. Potatoes are the best crop because you just cut off a chunk of it, hope it grows an eye, and then you plant it.
Yeah, exactly. It's so fucking easy. You just let it keep, and you just keep doing that until you have as many potatoes as you want. You make alcohol, you can make mashed potatoes, and that's all I need to survive. Right?
Agreed, man. Fucking mashed potatoes are right up there. I don't know if I could name a food that I like more than mashed potatoes.
Yeah, I don't think I can. I think the only thing that comes close to mashed potatoes is like pizza.
I don't know, man. Like mashed potatoes for me always comes with like roast beef.
I
You
know.
know what
Well,
I
I
mean?
just meant like things that I like and can eat whenever. Like I can always eat mashed potatoes, but I can also always eat pizza.
Fair deal. I kind of got burned out on pizza because when I was like 19, I worked in a pizza place, and at the end of the night, we would take home free pizza, and like I kept all my roommates alive from this fucking free pizza. But at the end of that, I was just like, I'm done eating pizza, man. I'm not gonna eat a crust of pizza ever again in my life. Not gonna happen. I've eaten enough.
Yeah, dude, we all worked. We were all delivery drivers for different pizza joints at one point. It was hilarious, but we ate pizza for like a year straight.
Dude, it's exactly the same as me, man. I was a pizza delivery / cook, and then they fucking give you the free pizza at the end of the night, and then you just give it to your roommates, and everybody stays alive.
Shit, exactly, dude. That's exactly how it goes. Everybody gets the pizza, you figure it out, and you don't have to pay for it.
That is not gonna be a thing for a long time. You know?
True, true.
Fuck, I'm with you, man. I'm kind of glad that I didn't have a kid, because like, what the fuck kind of world would they be born into?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I just can't. I can't see doing that right now. Seems like a lot.
But you're not single like me. I'm the filth
Yeah.
of the world. You're fucking taken.
Yep. Yep.
Atta boy. Clap, 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 clap.
Been a little over a year now too, so it's like a real relationship.
Congratulations, my friend. Congratulations.
Yeah. I don't know if she'll go up to the mountains with me, but we'll see when everything hits the fan. More than it already has.
Now is one of those funny times where it's like women are readjusting their perspective, and they're starting to think, you know, I don't give a fuck if you can pay for dinner, but I would like him to be able to shoot and dress a deer.
Yeah, exactly. Like priorities are shifting.
Exactly. Everything is starting to change, and I think it might be in our favor.
Yeah, exactly. Because it wasn't before.
No, fuck. I mean, I have been a goddamn freak for a long time for thinking that this shit was going to collapse. And now I've become somewhat more popular. Do you know what do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah, no, I get it. I've been saying shit was gonna happen for a long time, and everybody's just like, dude, you're just being crazy. And I'm like, oh, fucking am I? And then here we are. And I'm like, I was fucking right. Just tell me I'm fucking right. I know I am.
exactly. I don't need you to fucking tell me I'm right. I know.
Exactly. I already know.
Although I did get a picture today from one of my family that went to Costco, and there's a completely full aisle of toilet paper.
Oh damn.
So I think we're out of it. We're in the
Yeah,
clear.
we yeah, we still only have we were only allowed to buy one thing with 4 rolls in it.
What?
Yeah.
That's not
Because
American.
right?
I mean, I'm Canadian, so I can't talk shit about America, but that is not American.
Yeah. Yeah. They didn't even have like big ones either. See, they were only doing 1 pack per person, but it was only like a little force. Like there was 4 rolls in it. And we're like, fuck.
Did that hit you hard?
No, I mean we were already like there's a lot of us, so we buy bulk toilet paper and shit anyways. So that wasn't too bad. But now it's like, we're going on like week 3 or 4, and it's like, all right, try to get toilet paper when you can.
Yeah, it's about time to start fucking taking advantage when it's there.
Yeah. So I think we're all just gonna go into a store one at a time and each get a pack of 4, so we don't have to worry about it.
A pack of 4. Holy shit.
Yeah, they don't even have the big packs right now near us, but we're kind of in the ghetto too, so they
Yeah, I
don't give a
mean,
fuck about us.
you got a couple million people nearby you.
Exactly.
Fuck, man, that made me laugh so hard when all those people were angry about all the people hoarding toilet paper. That was hilarious, man.
Yeah. I didn't give a shit because, like I said, I didn't have any, but like we were already stocked up. So, but yeah, people were pissed. They were fucking angry about that shit.
Dude, I stocked up in mid-February because I saw all this shit coming. And I was like, wow, you need to start being ready. And so I told all my family to start being ready. And they went out and bought a bunch of toilet paper and all the fucking essentials, you know, like bleach and Lysol and fucking, you know, etc. And
At least your family listened to you.
some of them did. And, you know, mid-March, they're all starting to raise their eyebrows. And they're like, wow, you were right.
You're like, yeah, motherfuckers. I'm not the crazy one in the family, am I?
It's not craziness. It's fucking correct.
Exactly.
Even if it is fucking crazy,
It is fucking crazy. No, it's still insane, but
it
I
still
was
might be
right.
correct. Yeah, exactly. I don't want to be correct, but I think I might be.
Yeah. I kind of hope I'm not. I hope I am crazy.
Agreed. Fuck,
Yeah.
I wish this shit wasn't going so wrong. You know, like I wish
Yeah.
there was somebody that actually had some sort of fucking control.
Yeah,
They
right.
could, you know, but it's not a thing. Our government is a goddamn waste of time. They do nothing for everybody else. They support themselves. And when shit hits the fan, they're not there.
Yeah, exactly. And they're completely inefficient at doing anything anyways, so.
They have no incentive to be efficient. If they had an incentive to be efficient, we wouldn't be forced to pay taxes. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean,
And
that's like the root of everything right there. Like that's the literally like the points of our ideology.
100%. Speaking of our ideology, you were in the Marines when you became an anarchist, right?
Yeah, I was more minarchist, libertarian, light than anarchist. I kind of became more anarchist as after I got out.
Ish.
Yeah.
How the fuck did that happen?
Just watching fucking inefficiency after tyrant after tyrant. Like you watch your buddies go over to Iraq and Afghanistan and come back. It's like they're fucked up and they're like, I don't even know why the fuck we were there. And you're like, well, why the fuck do I want to go then? Then you start looking at shit and you just keep looking at shit and looking at shit. And I was always really big at research and things like that. So you just start learning more and more. And I was like, well, fuck, maybe this isn't the right thing to do anymore. And kind of fell into the whole Gary Johnson shit and during the election season. And liked Gary Johnson at first. And then the more that I learned, I didn't really like Gary Johnson anymore. But
I don't
just
know
kept,
who Gary Johnson is.
he ran for president as the libertarian candidate in the U.S.
Right. Like a
Yeah.
Ron Paul before his day.
After Ron Paul, because Ron Paul is still a Republican.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, but yeah, he was just around that time period, a little after the election after Ron Paul. But I mean, he got totally swamped. Like he didn't even get 3% of the vote. And but I mean, 3% of 50% is still shit, anyways. So.
We kind of have a similar thing up here where there's this guy that was trying to campaign on libertarianism and against the cartel, and he got like 2% of the vote. And I'm genuinely embarrassed that I went out and voted for him.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I voted in one election and it was for Obama, and it was when I first joined the Marine Corps. And after that, I was like, well, I'm not fucking voting again. And then I tried to vote for Gary Johnson actually in 2012, but my vote legitimately didn't count because they didn't have enough people to count the votes in Phoenix, Arizona.
So it's just gone.
Yeah, so it literally didn't count.
What is your opinion on electronic voting?
I mean, I don't really give a shit. I think voting is bullshit in general.
I agree with that, but I
But
think
if there
that
was if they were gonna do it legitimately, you should be able to vote from your fucking house. If we can vote for American Idol and it be secure and people not swing the votes, then you can vote for the presidential election.
agreed. I'm not really for the whole voting idea, but if we're gonna do it, we might as well fucking make it futuristic.
Yeah, absolutely. They just don't want to do it because they can't control it as much, and more people would actually vote.
That's a good point. I hadn't thought about that. The whole
Yeah.
number of people. I don't know, man. I've always been a fan of being part of the whole statistic that doesn't vote. You know what I mean? Like,
That's like the majority here in America. Almost it's like I think it's like 54% of the population doesn't vote for the president.
dude, fucking, I saw a graph where it was like if did not vote was a candidate and they would have won.
Yeah. And I think that says more about the political climate than anything than who actually wins.
It probably does.
Yeah.
Fucking, it's a silly game, you know? Like Donald Trump is a great goddamn example.
Yeah.
Like, say what you will about the man, but the fact fucking remains that he was a reality TV star that got elected based on fucking literally nothing I can understand.
Yeah. Like he did. Build a wall, man.
Fuck, I can't figure it out. I love America, don't get me wrong. I fucking love America. I love the idea of freedom and liberty and, you know, the population being armed to resist the government. You know, every single thing about that I adore. But everything else, it's just like, how did you fuck that up?
Because it was never meant to last, dude. That's what I say. It was never meant to, like, it was a good talking point. It was never meant to last.
I don't know, man. I feel like your republic has lasted longer than most other republics because you are all fucking
No,
armed.
see, most republics last around a little over 240 years. And guess how old America is?
About 240.
So I think that's where we're at. You know, I hate to be a collapsitarian, but when the shoe fits, and call a spade, but
Do you hate to be a collapsitarian, though?
I don't really give a shit anymore. That's probably the best answer. Like that's probably the most collapsitarian answer there is. Like I don't give a shit. It's either gonna do it or it's not. I'm preparing for the collapse anyways. So
Which is a very good point to take us back to gardening. So you're so you're growing jalapenos. We know you're growing jalapenos because you're in fucking Arizona and you're one of those goddamn people that can grow jalapenos. But other than that, I mean, obviously potatoes are good, but
we have a lemon tree. We got some oregano, basil, garlic. We can grow lettuce, so we have some lettuce, some red lettuce. That's pretty good. Good for salads. But that's really it. We don't have like a huge garden. That's like the next house project.
dude, I would literally kill 4 out of 5 of my neighbors to have your climate.
It's
Fuck.
pretty fucking. It's nice. You can grow a lot here, which is pretty dope.
I mean, I'm thinking about marijuana, right?
Yeah. I don't know how well it grows here. I don't smoke weed at all.
I would assume that it grows very well.
It might, but I feel like the people that I do know that have grown it before, that it's always in their fucking closet under a black light.
Yeah, but that was before fucking it became legal. Wait,
That's
is it
true. It's
still
still not
illegal
legal.
there?
It's illegal here. It's only medicinal.
What? Oh, fuck.
Yeah, man. So I'm gonna have to get off here soon. My dog's bitching at me. She's hungry.
Hey, fair deal. I shouldn't take your whole day.
You're good, man. It's been fun.
It has been fun. I mean, we kind of shouldn't leave off on the topic of marijuana, but on the other hand, we probably shouldn't dive into it if you got to do some shit.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, she's gonna start eating my computer here in a second.
Well, it has been absolutely lovely talking to you. It has, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I had a great time, man. It was fun.
We should do this again sometime.
Absolutely, I'm down.
All right, man.
All
Well,
right.
I'll let you go.
Thanks, bud.
Have a good day.
Later, man.